There's a war going on, the books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam, it's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought, it's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA, stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam, Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
Team play.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for Wednesday, January 8th. We got sports betting here today with NBA, NHL, and a great college basketball card here. We'll preview several games in college basketball, maybe our biggest college basketball previews of the season with the heavy schedule here on Wednesday. And yeah, the little light schedule in the NHL. Decent card here for sure. The NBA tonight, we saw some exciting action last night in the NBA. Wow, Trae Young with that 50-footer at the buzzer after Utah had tied the game last night. That felt like the most exciting thing there of the night with the action. And well, we did have the premium pick winner here yesterday in that one. I couldn't quite get to the green yesterday, up and down certainly, but we did have the winner there yesterday with the Utah Jazz as premium pick winner last night. They got the money. The Hawks got the win and an over there yesterday with that wild finish yesterday. The Jazz covered, but the Hawks got the win. Trae Young, 50-footer at the wire to hit it and win it for the Hawks last night. How'd you do with your sports betting? Like I said, I couldn't quite find the green yesterday. NBA 3-2, NHL 5-2, but rough night for me in college basketball. So how'd that happen? That's where we've kind of been hitting here a little bit, but I think it's actually hot here in the NHL right now. We went 5-2 last night with our premium picks yesterday, including Columbus and Pittsburgh. Got that late goal and went to a 4-3 finish there. I saw that Joe T, I see him in the chat there, and I'm going to go to the chat here in just a minute. Joe T had that one as well. We had the Dallas Stars here on the show yesterday, and so did Gonzo in the community tab. Fire it up on the community tab on YouTube. Pick up some extra winners with us here on the Sports Money Network. Edmonton with a winner here on the show yesterday morning, and it was Mikey Money closing out the two-teamer for us. He had the under in the Edmonton-Boston game on the ice yesterday. Also, Gonzo had the winner with the Detroit Red Wings to get past Ottawa yesterday. I had the winner here on the show with the under. So we're coming through for you here on the Sports Money Network. I had the Tampa Bay Lightning yesterday as a premium pick winner here yesterday in the NHL. And also, just want to mention that we also had the winner on the total in that game here on the show yesterday. So hockey was definitely our game yesterday. We had Toronto and Philadelphia. We had the Maple Leafs as a premium pick winner, and we had the under here on the show yesterday. So I'm firing again. It's too bad there's only 4 games today, it feels like. Now, we did fall there yesterday. Consensus parlay lost lost with the St. Louis Blues. I was on them too, so we didn't get the consensus parlay yesterday, so we'll try to get it going here again today. We did have the Winnipeg Jets on the show here yesterday. Also, we had premium pick winner Calgary and Anaheim game to go under, and premium pick winner both myself and Mikey Money had on the shows yesterday anyway. Vegas Golden Knights on the road with the puck line win, and we did have the premium pick winner though on the under with Vegas and San Jose. So a good day on the ice yesterday for sure. So man, I'm really having a bummer day watching the fire coverage here from Southern California. What a tragic night it's been. It's been on my TVs here, just getting ready for the show, but just brutal, man, to see all these homes burning here. Hopefully there's no life lost here. I'm sure that there's going to be some tragedy, man, a little bit here, but hopefully everybody got out okay, safe. They saw it coming here in Southern California with these incredible winds this week, and it has been as expected. It feels like here right now, just brutal watching this fires, and the winds aren't expected to die down here for another 4 to 6 hours here right now. The collision of the systems there, I don't know if you can see it right there. They're talking about it, but really making it brutal in the suburbs of Los Angeles today. So thinking about those folks, steam coming in right now on the Los Angeles Kings. They're going to be up to 240 or higher here right now. Man, when I was getting ready for the show, I was going to take the Kings here on the puck line today. I guess I'll still do it right now to let you know. Since it's moving right now, I'm going to lay the puck line tonight with the Kings at home against Calgary tonight. So, but we're seeing that one move pretty heavy here right now, and steam rolling in here. So let's get the day started by saying hello to some folks in the chat and see how we did yesterday. Want to know how you guys did. Let me get more steam here though real quick if I can. These are rolling in here right now. Portland and New Orleans, the game total here to go over, I should say. It was 226. We might be looking at 227 here. Zion looked pretty good in his return yesterday. Shame on me for not mentioning Zion, his expected return yesterday. I guess we really just looked at the injuries, right? But Zion there, yeah, we did try New Orleans as consensus play, and Minnesota gets there, no doubt. But I thought Zion looked pretty good in his probably, because we're so on his case, not on his case. You don't want to fault these guys who are, truly injured. I would say, considering what we think about Zion and his injuries and injury prone, I guess we could just say it like that to make it clear that we're not, going to bag on this guy too much. But I'd say he looked above expectations yesterday, actually, but we'll see if he comes back on a back-to-back tonight with the game total moving over here with the steam right now, Portland and New Orleans. All right, gang, let me go into the chat. Oh, one more note. I watched a fight here this morning of the IBF Cruiserweight title with Jai Opataya totally knocking out David Nika in the fourth round. A brutal knockout, actually. Really knocked him out, period, on the canvas there. Nika actually looked good. He looked okay against Opataya, but Opataya totally wins the fight there this morning. Just went a few hours ago, probably ended about 2 hours ago, but was able to catch that one. And Opataya was basically a 1 to 10 favorite in that fight, and he won it easily there yesterday. Hopefully you caught the debut here yesterday on the Sports Money Network with my man VB as we kicked off another season of MMA coverage with VB. MMA Picks made our debut here on the Sports Money Network. VB and I have been doing that show for a few years, and I wanted to bring it over here to you guys to get more MMA coverage. And tonight, we've got First Strike, so be ready here tonight. You can see those fires, man. You can see that in the reflection there, just brutal here. Hopefully that's not too upsetting to everyone. I'm just trying to keep my eye on it a little bit. pretty partial to Southern California, even if I'm not a Dodger fan. I'm thinking about those folks. Man, Malibu going to get it for the second time in 30 days here right now. Those embers are just blowing so much here, as much as 3 miles, and starting fires elsewhere. So anyways, catch First Strike tonight with the guys. They'll have the a show up there for you guys late tonight and early tomorrow, and get ready for MMA action returning here this weekend in Las Vegas. Go back if you want to get your MMA previews started, get your handicap going. Join me, VB, and Wiz Does, who came through big time for us yesterday. He's an amateur fighter with some aspirations, and he joined us yesterday. He's a regular analyst of ours, so you can catch our preview of the main event plus 2 other fights on the preliminary card. Then we'll hear from the guys tonight with their picks as well, their best bets on First Strike. So hopefully you caught that with us, and it's up available right now on the Sports Money Network. Let's say hello to my friends and folks here in the chat and get started with our coverage here today. Mostly college basketball, it feels like. There's a good NBA card, though, for sure. Let me know what else is going on in sports and sports betting. Some good tennis action last night. I'm not ready to go yet with my tennis coverage until I can get my bets going and get a few wins. I don't think I've really been that great so far this week with action in Hobart and Adelaide. So we'll see. Joe, hello and thank you. He was there checking out the coverage that we had yesterday. Hopefully we did the Sports Money Network good with our MMA coverage, or just adding to the coverage here for more shows. Here we like MMA, right? Let me straighten myself up a little bit here this morning. Thank you. With my Sports Money shirt on. Thank you, Mikey. Got my hoodie coming this week as well. And good morning to Cash Kane here today. Here's Thomas Lewis, my right-hand man. He's my Ed McMahon. Like this video. Subscribe to our channel, Sports Money Network here on YouTube, the fastest growing sports gambling channel here on YouTube, or that's what I've been told. T-Moss here today says cold where he is, and he wants some steam to get it rolling here today. And Stop Geo, got a lot of emojis there. I don't know what each one stands for or what it means, but so far I got hang loose, peace. I don't know. Maybe I want to start singing Leangelo Ball in the corner, yo, with these. Do you guys know the words yet? It's only the hottest song ever. Leangelo is going to make as much money as his brothers with that thing. Wow, I guess I'm actually a little late to the party. It's been a hot song here for a week. The hottest song in the country is by Jello. How about that? Whoa. All right. Hello to Morgan there today. Robert McCormick's here as well. Curtis is in the chat. Thank you guys for all your support. I'll say it every day. I don't care if I say it too much. I really do. Thank you for helping me stay on the air here. That's what I need. I need your guys' support, modest support. That's all we need to do to keep me going here, or otherwise I'll have to go on to the professional senior pickleball tour. Our Thompson's here today as well. And let's see who else. Chosen One here today. All right. And Jermaine, hello. And hello to Stop Geo here today. Nice to see you, Stop Geo. He's got some conspiracy theory there, I think, going on, but no doubt there's just a lot of weather here wreaking havoc in Southern California. And let's see what else. Cash Kane here. He had some winners there last night. Jermaine, yeah, you know what, Jermaine? Look, here's what happened to me yesterday too, and I'm sure you guys look. We talked about Jokic's illness there yesterday. I waited as long as I could. I wanted to play, Denver yesterday in that role. I waited and waited and waited to release my premium picks. I mean, I didn't even send them out until the last 30 minutes before the games started. I wanted to play Denver, maybe just greedy. I'm a high volume guy. And I said, I'm going to send it out. The line is there. Even if he's not in, I'm going to want Denver here plus the points. And I know the line would go up. It eventually went up to 10 points, and Boston still got the money. But I waited and waited and waited as long as I could. As soon as I sent out the package, Jokic was out. Now, I think it probably would have taken me off the game. I still would have bet him there plus the points. Pardon me, you guys. Let me plug in my devices here. But I blew that one, and no doubt I got. The longer I wait, it's usually to me means. And Jokic is a guy who has been questionable for in times and showed up at the to play in the game. So we'll see. He's on a back-to-back tonight, but he left the arena. He was definitely sick, and well, there is a little something going around, if you know what I mean. So we'll see if Jokic hopefully got a good rest and can be in there tonight, but we'll see when we get to the previews what we think here. Sub is here. My name is Sub as well. And the Philly Eagle Flyer, Donut Silks is here as well. And they might have been eating too many edibles yesterday. Look, the SEC is brutal, man. The SEC is I want to say like a war. I guess that's kind of unfair to say that right now. But man, the SEC, we talk about how strong the conference is, but it's ugly too in a way, right? Man, Tennessee, look at that. Just a crazy result if you think about it, right? Because Florida went from scoring 100 points to allowing just what was it yesterday? It was a brutal display there by Tennessee in the game against Florida, scoring just 43 points. So Florida, though, went from allowing 100 to allowing 43. So that's the SEC for you. And Nutflush Allen is here, and he says, yeah, you said it, Ramon. He said it also as well with the Jazz getting that team total over. So there, let's see here. Ixniz is here. Good morning. Great job. Hey, I want to shout out the guys yesterday. If you saw Mikey Money, he was over with Razor, with Dylon, with Ixniz yesterday. A great show. I was hanging out there as long as I could yesterday in the chat, and a great show there. I don't know. We might see more collabs there between Razor and Who Bangin' Sports, and Mikey was in there as well. So great show yesterday, you guys, not only with the early show of the live sweat, but then I don't know, was that live sweat part 2? Was that a different show name? I'm not even sure the show had a name, but they had live coverage yesterday of the Denver-Boston game. I'm sure they were a little bummed that Nikola Jokic didn't make the game there yesterday, but they still toughed it out and kept an eye on all the other sports as well. Flea Mathis in the chat. Here's old E. Here he says, Dirty Dogs. I'm thinking that there's a place here in Vegas. I think it's called Dirty Dogs, and I'm a hot dog guy. So, all right. And Jermaine, whoa. And Morgan says, can we get lines on the senior pickleball tour? Well, we can't get lines. I think you can get lines on some pickleball, actually. It's growing so fast. Maybe you can't yet, but I am 0-1 officially in the Tomorrow Golf League. I took New York yesterday. I was just looking at the lineups that were offered out there, but it was New York that wasn't equipped to play. The Tomorrow Golf League has some issues there. It's never going to be obviously as exciting as regular golf because, the computer itself, right, you got to have the telemetry there. And if you maybe mishit it, maybe if the computer algorithm's a little off, those guys weren't going to hit shots as bad as the results on maybe they were, maybe because of the way it's set, they didn't put enough power into their shot or whatever. But I want to say it was a bit of a failure, and good luck to them on that. I'd actually take that tour and take that technology and put it in some stadiums and take it around the country, maybe a little bit instead of just that small audience in Florida. Some of the folks on social media were saying, hey, they can't even fill this place. They're paying people to sit in these seats. I don't know if it was that much, but I think the tickets might have been free. So unless you want to sit next to Tiger, I guess. Hey, a little bit of steam coming in here right now on the Blackhawks. today in their matchup against the Avs. How about this? We're seeing the dog here was plus 225. They might go down to $2 here right now. We're seeing steam come in on the Blackhawks tonight in their matchup with the Avalanche. Just 4 games in the NHL tonight. So, all right, let's see if we got a few more here. Thomas says that SEC was strong up until yesterday. Well, I don't know. They were playing conference games, so how can you downgrade them just because some teams flubbed around? You got to give Florida credit too yesterday. But Jermaine's saying teams are full. I don't know if he's talking. Oh, he might be talking NBA there. He said fourth quarter there. So, all right, I guess that's it right now for a little bit of the early coverage here. I don't know what we can talk about necessarily in news. Maybe we can run down some, a little bit of the NFL and what we're going to see here maybe today. I think we might be past some of the firings and maneuvering and such. We're getting some interviews, of course, but I did see one story that FanDuel, this has to be legit because you're not going to, downgrade your revenue, but Flutter, the owner, the company that, FanDuel, their Flutter on social or their Flutter on the stock market, they had to downgrade their revenue guidance because you guys hit too many parlays at FanDuel. Basically, the run of NFL favorites this year has cut into the bottom line at FanDuel. So good job, folks. We think of the predatory style here of some of these books, especially now with DraftKings and their parlay subscription announcement. Yeah, you can get boosted odds on parlays for an extra $20 over at FanDuel per month. That is really bad news for gamblers here, but that's the direction that DraftKings is going, and maybe it will work out for customers to have a little boost, save them a little money, I guess, on the parlays. But DraftKings did announce this week that they would have, this isn't new news, but I'm mentioning it here, but they are starting a subscription service where you can get boosted parlays if you give them $20 a month. So that doesn't make much sense for true gamblers, but maybe for the average gambler, brings a little fun into it, I guess, if you're looking for fun. We're not about fun here, you guys. We're about serious biz here. So, all right, Morgan had a good day. He's got his plays up here, it looks like, for this college basketball card as well. And let's see here. All right. So let me see here. Other news, I guess, real quick. Maybe with the NFL, we saw Antonio Pierce fired yesterday. Tom Telesco, my man, stays on, of course, and now Tom Brady will be involved in this new coaching search. Could Mike Vrabel, who looks like he was ticketed for New Orleans, could he end up in Las Vegas because of his buddy Tom Brady there? The Raiders also may, could, if Vrabel is committed to New England, could the Raiders go to Pete Carroll possibly? We know Carroll said, hey, I can fix Chicago. Could he be the man to take over instead in Las Vegas? The Niners fired their special teams coach after felt like a disastrous year, but I was commenting in those last games, man, Debo is one of the most explosive players on the special teams. But here comes someone texting me like they think I'm not on the air right now. I guess these people don't watch us. An obvious family friend there. Hello, family and friends on Facebook. I'm on the air doing a sports betting show 7 days a week at 9 Eastern and 6 a.m. Pacific. Obviously, they never click on my time. It's only a stream of morning steam links there on my Facebook. So just click the link and you'll find me here. You can talk to me in the chat. I'm kidding, kind of. And the Cowboys, a big story there. They denied the Bears permission to interview Mike McCarthy. That means one thing. That means Mike McCarthy's, I believe, staying in Dallas. I don't know. Maybe I'm not good at math, but I'll put 2 and 2 together for that. The Bears will interview Vrabel and Carroll, basically. So it feels like I've got 2 coaches. I got 3 openings maybe here, right? What are they going to do here? Don't forget, we got the Jets still trying to figure things out as well. And we got, Ryan getting an interview there. I don't know what's going on with the Jets, but all right, and we'll see also what's up with the Jaguars. They could be looking at Kellen Moore. They could be looking at Salah there. So maybe Ben Johnson. Obviously, he fits in once the Lions season is over. So we'll see. The Saints are also going to try Kellen Moore, and he may actually be the one in front there in that job. And how about my Chargers signing Zeke Elliott? I don't know if Zeke Elliott's going to even make the lineup in the game, but if he does, you know what? I'll give him a chance to do something with this Chargers lineup a little bit. Sure, Zeke is bad. He had the worst average of any running back, but you know what? I think in the way the Chargers run their offense a little bit with Herbert, maybe he has a chance to produce something in the postseason, but really he's just been signed to the practice squad. I'm not sure he's going to make the lineup, but Zeke Elliott signed with the Chargers. All right, got a few steam moves coming in here, and I'll do the commercial, get the show started. Colorado and Central Florida, this one certainly is going to make our preview here today, and I'm seeing steam here on the under in this one with the Buffaloes. In fact, let me just give it out right now. This is my play here. My little down arrow with MS. Down arrow with MS. That means morning steam play on the under. And here is the regular steam on the under at 147. It's down to 146 here right now. So that'll shorten the preview probably of that game. Colorado and Central Florida. I'm going with the under at 147. So we're underway officially here on the morning steam with some plays just moments ago. Steam came in. Nebraska, Omaha, you hear the ding there. Nebraska, Omaha took some steam here at plus 1.5. They're probably going to be down to a pick 'em here. It was Omaha taking the steam against Missouri, Kansas City in the action here at 8 Eastern and 6 Pacific. Also, Western Carolina Catamounts took some steam here in their matchup today against Wofford. Western Carolina was plus 14.5. Let's call it 13.5 here right now with the steam on Western Carolina here this morning. All right. Let me give you one more here real quick with Cleveland State and Robert Morris. A pretty decent game here, I think, in the horizon. We have some nice horizon games today. I think we're actually previewing one of them here today, but we're seeing the steam on the over here right now with Cleveland State and Robert Morris. This one's up to 139.5. I think it will get to 140 here, even though Cleveland State in this role as a road dog in conference is usually an under, but steam to the over there right now. Also, just seconds ago, it was Air Force taking steam against my San Diego State Aztecs. Yeah, we'll see. They're taking the steam here. It was 21. It's going to be down to 20 here with Air Force taking steam against my Aztecs today. All right. Appreciate that. Let's get the commercial in here. We see some more names, I think, trickling in here. We've got Ron Young in the chat. We want money and not fun there. And Jermaine said he's talking about hitting those boosted parlays a little bit, right? It's just interesting, the predatory tactics of the books, right? It's like those one, the ladders and everything. I just feel like if there's never an under, if there's the ability to bet the over, you should have the ability to bet the under. And if they're giving you only over, right, and giving you a special type of bet a little bit, that doesn't seem like it's very, they're never going to give you the best of it. I guess if you think it is going to be a super over, then I guess you bet it. But man, you'd have to be selective. Thomas says it's not good for the Chargers that they signed Zeke. Oh, they did sign him as a luxury. No, I'll say a luxury, but it wasn't out of necessity necessarily there. Really, the Cowboys wanted Zeke maybe to find his way to the postseason. So Nasty Nate's ready for some Providence action today. I think they make our preview here as well. And Alvin here. Good morning. All right, let me do a little commercial here for my picks, and
Steam
hopefully
playing.
I'll get it. Oh, hello, Steam here. Let's get one more, and then we'll go to the commercial. This is George Mason. Well, good job here so far. It feels like for Mason right now, and they're taking Steam in their matchup here with Richmond today. They're laying 11.5, 12. Let's call it 12.5 right now. Man, Mason looking pretty sharp. They usually dominate Richmond in this series. They usually stifle them pretty good, actually. The series is an under series. We've seen Mason in the home favorite role in conference, usually very strong. And now Mason is taking steam here right now against Richmond up to 12.5 or so here. Is that right? Wow. All right. Let's do a little commercial here for me, and you can get my best plays today over at winnable.com. Right now, NHL is where I'm hot. Last couple days for sure, and NBA. That feels like the Saturday college basketball where we went, uh, 34 and 18 or whatever. I don't think it was that many plays, but we were hitting about 64% on Saturday with a pretty big card. I think we had about 35 plays or so. We're seeing that's long gone now after going 6-9 yesterday in college basketball. But like I said, I knew I would have about I said a dozen plays. I think yesterday I ended up with 15 plays. And look at today's card. You'd probably expect 2 different cards from me, probably a early release card and then a night card from me here. So subscribe to my plays over at winnable.com. You can click that QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen or go to winnable.com/Ramon. You'll go to my sales page over there, and if you buy 1 day for $4, 1 week for $8, 1 month for $20, use the promo code STEAM. It's even less than that, and you'll get plays directly to your device. It's a browser-based site there with winnable.com, so you can get it on your computer, your laptop, your phone, your iPad, and you can set the notifications, get my plays. Like I said, last night I waited as long as I could before I had to send that package out in the NBA last 30 minutes as I was waiting on that Jokic. Even Ramon is wrong sometimes on the injury front, but usually we get it pretty right. And we'll be back at it again here in the NBA. But like I said, we did go. We had winners in the NBA yesterday for sure. Those winners here, by the way, use that promo code STEAM here. But in the NBA yesterday, premium pick winners. How about it? Charlotte Hornets against Phoenix. Yeah, the Hornets got the money there in that game against Phoenix. We did have a show winner here, Lakers and Mavericks game. To go under, premium pick winner, Timberwolves and Pelicans. We mentioned that one already on the under. We had the Jazz as a winner yesterday along with the over. So we'll get back at it here again today. And of course, I want to mention their late night last night with the Miami Heat getting off the snide. We did lose the pick here on the show, no doubt, but I just want to mention at least Miami finally won a game after looking so bad here with that Jimmy Butler sweepstakes going on right now in their back pocket. So, all right. We can move on here a little bit and get started. I think we're here with the show and we'll start previewing our games. It's not a terribly long show today. Maybe we can get out of here by 11 Eastern, I think. It just depends how long-winded I am, I guess. And I always want to see what everybody's up to in the chat. Reddy Samedi is here today. And 72 Impala rolling on slab here. All right, let's get rolling here with the show and get started right away, shall we? With the Pacers taking on the Bulls here in this one with the Pacers here. Favored this one by, I said 5 there, right? Is that indeed the case? Yeah, I think there's been some movement here maybe on the pace. Get just squared away. Make sure I'm not making too much noise here. I hope if there is any bother, please let me know. Kind of sliding my notes here under the computer, and I know that the old remember my old channel that I used to appear on. They hated when I did that. They hated when I messed up the audio of the show a little bit. Let me get this steam out here real quick, if I may, with Citadel. We're seeing some steam on the Citadel here and their matchup against Furman. Look, they're going to be 13-point underdogs. It was 14 down to 13. Now, Furman's expected to crush Citadel, but usually Furman's favored by too many points. Citadel often gets some money against Furman, and Furman, as a road favorite in conference, a lot of times it goes over. That series goes over, and it just ends up being Furman winning by enough, but never covering, it seems like, in a high-scoring game. So we'll see. It's only 138 there, I think, today, but steam just came in here on the Citadel moments ago. All right, so we're underway here now with the Pacers in this one, taking on the Bulls. We get just situated here if I can with my notes. Hey, you know what? We're only down at 2,300 to start the morning here in the stock market. So great day going on here. Just take our money here to get going. Okay, now I'm on tilt. All right, let's get it started here with the Pacers and the Bulls in this one. Everything's crashing around me here. Pacers favored here by 4.5, and the total here at 241. That's already an old number. It's already up to 6 here, I think. Maybe 5.5 at the sharp books, but right now I'm showing here, you know what, the sharp books are up to 6.5 here at this point. So this has been a significant move here within the last hour or two with the Pacers, and the total has dropped here to 239 at this point, 239.5. I'm showing some books hanging out at 240 or higher still, but does feel like a significant move here to the under. That steam you just heard is more college basketball. If I can sneak these in before we get too deep into the NBA with Central Florida. We just talked about the total on that game, and now we're seeing the side come in on Central Florida here. They were a 5.5 point favorite, but now they're going to be up to 6.5 here. Look, I had them 4.5 on the screen there. That's what it was at Circa just a few hours ago when I was watching the fight, watching this fire coverage, man. So, all right, what a day. Okay, so Central Florida took that steam. Here we go, NBA, and promise to get it started here a little bit and get rolling on some of the trends, injuries. Maybe I should check the injuries the way this thing's moving right now with the Pacers in this one. Actually, the Bulls, I don't think there is too many problems here with the Bulls other than the injuries that we already knew. For the Pacers, you've got Halliburton. He is questionable with an ankle injury. That seems like the most significant of the injury updates here in this one today. So for the Bulls, they come in 4-1 straight up and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. And you know what? The Pacers, they're also 4-1 straight up and 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games overall. So, hey, Pacers doing a nice job here, but man, they're favored by a few points for sure. And the move has been on the Pacers here in this one. And again, to the under. The steam also came in on the under in this game. And so I think that's why you're seeing it right now here down to 239. The underdog has actually won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams, but Indiana has failed to cover in 7 of their last 9 games at home here. They've also gone under in 4 straight games as a favorite here. If you look at these two teams, they kind of trend over, but I don't know. I kind of trust this steam here right now on the under in this one. So let's see what you have here. Pacers are 22-15 to the over this season, and the Bulls are 16-12 to the over as an underdog, but the Bulls are 3-7 to the under in their last 10 games overall. So I'll go to the chat and see what you have, and I'll also report one more college basketball steam because it's on fire here right now. That's a bad choice of words here at this point. Northern Kentucky and Youngstown State steam to the over here in that one. This is one where um, I have it in my preview to go under in that game, and I don't think I'm going to trust this steam at all. Even though Northern Kentucky uh, on the road in conference usually can, have some higher scoring games. But this season, I think these two teams are solid under teams, and that's the way I've seen it there right now. And that series goes under. So maybe I'll reiterate it again, but the steam came in on the over with Northern Kentucky and Youngstown up here to 133.5 or higher here at this point. Also, just moments ago, Cashville. Billy, you out there? Cashville over here against Longwood in this one, and we're seeing the steam here right now to the over in the matchup between North Carolina Asheville and Longwood. These two teams are mostly an under in this series when they face off against one another, but the steam came in on the over here at 153.5. It's up to 154.5 right now with Carolina Asheville and pardon me, Longwood. All right, here we go to the chat for the Bulls and the Pacers. I need some help in more ways than one. All right, here we go. And Donut Silks is ready for that big, there it is, right? The next game up. You're spoiling it here, Donut Silks, with the big NBA Finals matchup between the Thunder and the Cavaliers. Good morning to Blue here today. Thomas wants to put the Pacers money line in his parlay today. And I'm going to keep going here. Maybe a little breather there real quick. Impala likes the Pacers. Blue likes the Pacers. Robert says, it's got to be too high here right now. It feels like the rent is too high. We know the Bulls play some over. Like I said, the Bulls play some overs. The Pacers play some overs, but I might be with Robert on this one. Looking like an under here for Jermaine, but he says take the Bulls instead. Thomas is on the under here. Cash Kane likes the over. Thomas says, you know what? I don't want the under. I want the Bulls here in this one. And let's see here. Elliot, ooh, this is a good one. What has he got? The 239 hasn't been covered in any of the last 10 Pacers games at home. All right, give me the under, definitely. All right, I'm down with that. I already was going under here, so give me the under in this one. I think I'm going to trust this move here at this point down to 239 or so here. And let's see if we got any more here in this one. Thomas says the Bulls end up as a consensus play here. So, hey, we got two plays. We got a consensus on the Bulls and also on I've got the under. So, Elliot took the Pacers here. And good morning to Damon Waring. Nate Dog is in the chat, everybody. Hello to Nate. Happy New Year. Great to see you. Hope you had a great holiday. And let's see here. R. Tom's with us here on the under. And Robert going to lean to the Bulls. He thinks they can hang in there today for sure. All right. That's it for that one. And I'll take consensus is on the Bulls. And I'm on the under in that one. All right. Let's see how much more money we can lose in the stock market here. All right. We're going to keep this money. If this stock market keeps going down like this, we're going to do the commercial for the picks again here. So you better subscribe there. Otherwise, I'll might not make it on the air tomorrow. All right, here we go. Next up, let's go to the big game of the night. The one I've been teasing about here a little bit, making fun of the networks. They're going to be going crazy when they get down to the NBA Finals, and it's not the Knicks and the Lakers, but it's the Thunder and the Cavaliers here. Sorry, small markets. We're not making fun of you at all here. We love these two teams for sure. With the Thunder on the road here in this one, they are a 2.5-point dog, and the total is up here at 230.5 on some widely reported steam. Is it going to be that good of a game here today? It does feel like it. Wow, this will be a fun one tonight here. The featured game for sure. It feels like in sports tonight right here. I would think the Cavaliers. Favored, yeah, I said 2.5. I should have maybe tacked on a half a point there from an update to total. And here we go with this one. Both teams red hot here, obviously, right now. Cleveland's won 5 straight games at home. They've won 5 straight games overall, not all at home, but the Thunder, they're on a winning streak here as well. They've covered got the money in 5 straight. They're on a winning streak. They've won 5 straight on the road. Something's got to give here tonight on ESPN at 7 Eastern and 4 Pacific when the Thunder take on the Cavaliers here tonight. A couple of injuries of note here, not overwhelming, but you do have the Thunder with some guys out here. Caruso is out, AJ Mitchell is out, Carlson, he's going to miss the game as well. Maybe not impact players. Caruso, maybe certainly there, and going to get some minutes out of him for the Cavaliers. We've got Okoro, he's questionable. Sam Merrill questionable as well in this one. So look, great game here. I'm going to respect that steam, but let me go to the chat and see what you guys have for, maybe you guys aren't kicking it around just yet with this one. Let's see what we got with, thank you, Nate. Hopefully you hear me out here. If you haven't left already, I appreciate you coming by. All right. So we got here with the 72 Impala. Going to start us off right here with Oklahoma City. They're 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games. Oklahoma City has been an underdog twice this season. They've covered the spread in both games. They won both games, actually, as an underdog. But Cleveland, certainly both teams are terrific against the spread, actually. OKC 24-11, Cleveland 25-10. There's no reason to, think that you might not be wrong taking either side. It feels like here at this point, what a game. Elliott says they haven't gone over 230 in 4 of the last 5 games at home. He's going under in this one. I can't do it. I got to go over here. I think we're going to get a great game tonight and not worried about defense. Look, we're not saying that these two teams aren't good defensively. They probably are two of the best defensive teams. But Cleveland's won 18 of their last 19 games at home. They've also covered the spread in 13 of their last 14 games with teams above 500. So maybe that could be the one you're looking for here. Cleveland in these non-conference games against the West over in 9 of the last 10 overall. So I'm going to take the over here in this one with Cleveland and Oklahoma City as my play. Thomas likes his Cavs. Cash Kane likes the Cavs. Fernando going under as well with Elliott. That's good. Art Thompson's on the under. Everybody's on the under but me here in this one. Robert's going Thunder and under. Thunder, boom, boom, boom. Thunder for Elliott as well. And I'll take the over. How about that? Man, you guys are all, I don't know, Thomas might be putting up the consensus sign on the under with you guys there, but I am on the over. My vote's on the over. I guess it still is probably an under consensus, but maybe I get a 1.5 vote because I'm the host of the morning steam. Watching on the highlights here that last second shot again last night. Colin Sexton, I forgot to mention Colin Sexton, by the way, hitting the shot with 2 seconds left to tie the game with that. The ball was loose. They got it to him somehow. But Trae Young, I mean, if you had a long distance shooting contest, why isn't there a long distance shooting contest at the NBA All-Star festivities, right? Wouldn't that be fun? We don't have that, do we? I think that would be a good thing. Some long, maybe because there's too many misses, but would there really be? Just take them from half court, maybe? We could all love to see who can make the longest shot. All right, let's see here. What do we got here, gang? All right, Thomas said maybe we got a contest here on the under. So, all right, that might be it here. And I'll take the over in this one. All right. Let's go to the next one now with the Raptors taking on the Knicks. Knickerbockers, 11.5 point favorite, 231.5 right now with the Knicks favored to rough up against the Raptors here. We know the Raptors are having some pretty big struggles here. They've lost 14 straight games in division play overall, and they've also failed to cover the spread in 6 straight games as an underdog. But I know the Sharps are probably going to be on them here, and that might put me on them as well. These two teams have gone over in 8 of the last 10 meetings between the two clubs here, and also 4 of the last 5 meetings here in New York have gone over. The Knicks have won 5 straight against them. What did I say? Is it 5 straight overall? Yeah, 5 straight here against Toronto, and 5. They've covered the spread in 5 of the last 6 games overall between the two teams. So see what you guys have here in this one with Toronto and the Knicks. I don't know. Let me see. Was there a time change? Do I have the? Yeah. Okay. So this one, I'm out of order here. I think actually this one I think was moved to 4:30. Well, I'm not sure actually. Yes. Okay. So this one I'm messed up here a little bit. The Washington Philadelphia game probably should have been ahead of this, but this one's on a time change actually to 7:30. Yeah, 7:30 Eastern and 4:30 Pacific. So let me have it here from you guys. I look. I mean, I know that no one's going to be on the Raptors here but me, but I'm not sure I can get off the Raptors here plus double digits. Even if the Knicks dominate them, I'm probably going to be taking them. Thomas is on them here too. Jermaine. Okay, you guys are all on the Raptors. Okay, I thought, wow. Crazy, right? Elliot says, I'm on the Knicks. Raptors aren't covering on the road right now. They're having their own struggles, but the Knicks also have lost 3 in a row here all of a sudden. They lost to Orlando, Chicago, and OKC. Meanwhile, Toronto lost to Milwaukee and Orlando, and they haven't been doing much here as well. Just 2-6-2 against the spread in their last 10. But maybe Toronto's the better cover overall. They are 19-12 against the spread as an underdog this year. So, all right. Thomas said last time he took the Knicks by 11, they lost outright. I think it says there. Good morning to Ray Otachi. And Thomas says he's got a consensus move here on the Raptors here. Says that's number 4 consensus play. What did I miss here? I have us with 2. So you guys are a little ahead of me there. Maybe I missed one. Maybe I'm talking too fast there. Did you guys take the maybe the under in that OKC Cleveland game, huh? I think maybe that was it. Okay, let me keep it moving here right now, and we'll get an update on that here. But man, someone's going to be having a big, long parlay here today. Robert's leaning the over here in this one. And
Steam playing.
See Fernando leaning over as well. There it is, Chicago and Cleveland. Oh, Cleveland and under. Cleveland and so it's Chicago, Cleveland and under. Have we ever had 2 consensus plays in the same game? You guys are on Cleveland in that game. Is that right? And under. Okay. Let me just, I've got a premium on the Cavaliers. I'll just roll with the chat if that's okay. I like the Cavs in that game, so maybe I'll just roll with the chat here. Maybe I'll give it out as a premium, but look, if we're on it here, I don't want to do the subscribers a disservice. It's not like everyone watches this show and then has the plays, but I like that today for sure. So let me mark it though also on because the other thing is right. I'm on the over in that game against you guys, against the chat. So not against you guys. I don't want to say it like that, but I should always go to the chat first before making my play, so I don't go. So you guys talk me out of the play there. All right, I think that's it here though with the Raptors and the Knicks. We're on the Raptors here. as a consensus play. I think we got a few more here. Bulls here and under. The Jermaine's a little behind us. Oh, this is Cavs and under right behind it. He's Cavs and under. Everybody's under in that game. Wow. Oh, Thomas says it's Bulls and okay. Let me see if I got this straight. Okay, Bulls and under because I'm on the under, right? Okay, so Bulls and under, not the boy. My sheet's a mess here now all of a sudden. So not the under, even though because I was on the over, but like I said, you guys were. Let me see if I got it right here. Bulls and under. Okay. Bulls and under in the game, and then you guys took the Cavs. Okay, I think there. So not under, but there was a lot of unders there for sure in the Thunder and the Cavs. But like I said, I went over, so maybe that canceled it out a little bit. All right, a lot of switching to the NBA, you guys. Uh-oh, everyone's right. We're all going to be kicking ourselves tomorrow. Here's Impala on the Knicks in this one. Elliott's on the Knicks. So I'm the only one on the Raptors. I must be the consensus here. But several here on the Raptors as well. Hello to Sharon. So Thomas says he'll clean it up a little bit. Cleveland under and the Raptors. It might be he's going to tell us like, oh, I have Cleveland. I thought you guys said no. I don't know what's going on anymore. Here. Okay, let me just move to the next game because this is turning out to be very confusing even for me. And just watching these fire crews work here, it's just amazing people. All right, here we go. Next up with the Wizards and the Sixers. So this one is at 7-10. This one's actually before the Raptors and the Knicks game. Sorry about that, you guys. And we'll take a look at this one here with probably pretty ugly game here for sure. But we'll talk about them all here at this point of the season, with the Sixers favored by 11 in this one, and the total 221.5 or so here. Philadelphia's owned the Wizards as far as winning the games. They've won 15 of the last 17 meetings between these two, including 15 of the last 17 in Philadelphia, actually, and 5 straight they've won over Washington. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone over. The widely reported steam came on the over here as well. It was 219, but now we're up to 221.5 or so. Also, 12 of the last 17 meetings between these two teams in Philadelphia have gone over the total. So let's see what you have here. Washington's lost 22 straight games on a back-to-back dating back to last year. Of course, last night we saw that the Wizards ended up losing that game to the Rockets. They didn't cover either. I was trying to get cute, taking the points against the Wizards, and I guess that turned out to be a bad idea, but could I end up on them here again? Philadelphia's failed to cover the spread in 4 straight games at home. Philadelphia has gone under in 5 of their last 6 games, and maybe, just maybe, they've had a tendency to go under in some of these games here in division play. Let me see if I got the number on this one. Here, let me go to the chat actually and see what you guys have. I hope I don't. I might not have a good NBA card today because of this confusion here. Let's see what we got. Wizards and Sixers. Nobody wants to play this game. Nasty Nate's here today. Thank you, Nate, for holding it down here. He's got the Knicks to smash the Raptors here. Thomas is going to try to figure it out here. Number 1 and 2, Bulls and under. Number 3, the under in the Cleveland game. Not Cleveland. It's under in the Cleveland game. Okay. Okay, and Raptors. Thank you, Thomas. Man, good thing I've got you here. I'd never be able to do this contest or anything without that. So 4 plays, though. Wow. Okay, so let's see what you guys have here, though, in this one with Washington and Philadelphia. Now, I'm ready to look at you guys and get the play. with maybe Jermaine's first quarter under here. Wizards, can they show up here in this one? And I think Timmy Two Shoes. Hey, Timmy, nice to see you here. He's got Maxie for a big night here. And I mentioned, and I want to shout out, I don't know if he's here with us, but I think Textiles. I think it's Textiles. Correct me if I'm wrong. If one of you guys got tagged me in an IG post last night when I talked about on another show, I said, man, Walker Kessler is in for a huge game tonight. His fiance just won Miss America. They don't televise Miss America anymore, believe it or not. It's only on the internet. You got to buy it. But she won the Miss America pageant, and then Walker Kessler, he's going to have a big game after that, and he did. And what a lovely lady. She's in Auburn. She's from she goes to the University of Auburn. And lucky guy, Walker Kessler. How about that? 7-footer with a Miss America fiance. All right, Elliot says the Wizards, the line hasn't been covered by the Wizards in 4 of their last 5 games. Elliot likes the Sixers here. Fernando's going over in this one. And C. James says, "Do I take a bottom up or top down? I don't know what I am." C. James, what? You hear me, Cappy? What do you? Could you help me decide which I am? If the way I talk here or anything about it, I'm not being flippant. I'm not sure if I even know. I've heard those terminologies before, and I think I'm a smart guy, but I don't know if I know which is which here, actually. What I do, for me, I watch a lot of games. I have power ratings, projected scores. I look at sharp action. I look at recent trends. I look at long-term trends. I look at head-to-head trends. What else do I look at, you guys? Steam. Robert's on the Wizards here. But Fernando said he wanted the under, but the total went up 4 points. So that means I'd want the under even more, right? I got some value in the under, it feels like. Impala's on the Sixers. Some Sixers support here. I want to say hello and welcome to my friend Nuke the House, Matty here. Really appreciate Matt joining me in the chat here today. I was over watching their show as well yesterday. So good to see those guys there. I've made an appearance or 2 on that weekday show with Nuke the House. Usually I appear on there on Sundays. Had a great season with Holden. I really want to thank those guys for inviting me over there. All right. Johnny, I don't know if I can show Johnny's comment on the screen, but hey, DB Gnarly here. Thank you, DB Gnarly. He makes the rounds here and gets around us visiting with us today. Thank you, DB. You do a great job in the chat every time on the shows for sure. Dana Delp here today. Johnny is singing Alligator Woman.
Steam playing.
All right. Got some steam coming in college basketball, so let me just make the call here. I think I'm going to be, wow, the steam's rolling in. We got to interrupt this program to bring you the latest steam here, it feels like. All right. Give me the Raptors here. I'm going to suck it up here with the Raptors. I know I think there are 2 of us on the Raptors here, but I'm on the Raptors, and I'll take these points. Probably get 12 by game time. Come on. Let's get this steam out of the way, see what it is. Oh, Nate, here it is. Your Rams are taking, well, I know you're a Friars guy, I think, but the Rams, the Rhode Island Rams, are taking the steam here right now in their matchup today with George Washington. I think we're actually previewing that one. These teams have some pretty decent records. Here comes the steam on Rhode Island at -6. It's up to 6.5 here or more here right now. George Washington does a pretty good job covering the spread against Rhode Island. So we'll see, though. Rhode Island took the steam in that one. Also, Upstate, everyone's favorite bad team. Here, Upstate is taking the steam. They were getting 4.5 points here right now. They were getting 5.5. It's all the way down here right now 2-4. It looks like Steam came in on Upstate. They haven't been a great cover, I don't think, this season. Presby, we've had them once or twice here, I think, even on the show.
Steam playing.
Seconds ago, it is right now Steam coming in on on regular Lafayette in their game against Bucknell. They were getting 5. That's down to 4 here right now. Lafayette taking the Steam here against Bucknell. Also, Navy and Holy Cross were all over this extra board right now. Steam came in here on the over. Two teams that have had a couple of overs here for sure this season. Navy and Holy Cross. It was 142.5. I think this one's going up to 144 here right now with Navy and Holy Cross. So Steam came in on the over. Navy in these conference games, they usually have a lower score than this. I'm pretty sure Elliot could probably set us straight on that, but definitely seeing Steam to the over there in that one between Navy and Holy Cross. Also, while we were involved in the NBA, UMass took the Steam in their matchup here. Was UMass taking Steam against Dayton. They were 11. It's going to go all the way down, it looks like, to 9.5. Dayton's obviously the better team, but UMass usually covers against Dayton. Usually it's just too many points. It ends up being a low-scoring game when these two teams meet, or an under anyway. However, we've seen some overs this season with Dayton and with UMass, I think. So Steam, though, coming in on UMass here was 11. Looks like it's going to go to 9.5 here right now with UMass taking the Steam. All right, we'll continue here in the NBA. And maybe a few more comments here. Elliot says he likes NC State and the over. And Elliot's going to take in the game there. Oh, wait. Oh, under. NC State under. Sorry about that, Elliot. I didn't mean to misquote it there. Thank you. And Justin here today. Sports money is money here. And Stacks. Oldie saying hello to Justin. Thank you. Okay. Jermaine says that was that the Houston Christian. I thought we won that game with Houston Christian. I don't remember now. Okay, I think that's Holy Cross. I think that's what he's saying. Holy Cross. I was like Houston Christian, HC, Holy Cross. Holy cow. All right, Elliot going under there. And was it this game that we're just talking about? Let's move on to the next NBA game here with the Pistons taking on the Nets. And we got to have the Pistons here. Did we see AOD here yet? He'll pop up here right now, it feels like, with the Pistons coming in at 500. Let me punch out another steamer here real quick. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but Steam coming in, more extra board Steam here right now with that Lafayette game we just mentioned against Bucknell. We just saw Lafayette taking the Steam from 5 down to 4, and now the over is taking Steam here. It was 129. It's going up here to 132. Lafayette and Bucknell is taking some serious steam here this morning on the Morning Steam Show. All right. Sorry about that again, guys, when I flip my sheet here. Big old sheets today for sure. Pistons and the Nets here in this one. The Red Hot Pistons. Where is AOD? Is he in there? Because the Pistons are on a winning streak, everybody. 4 in a row here now for the Pistons. Brooklyn's lost 6 straight games at home right now, and Brooklyn's covered the last 4 meetings against these two teams coming into this one. So they've had their way. They're on a roll. Brooklyn's starting to give it all away here. I kept trying to bet Brooklyn for some reason, no avail. Now, we'll mention here, I mean, look at this line here up to 8 or so here right now, and maybe even 8.5. Can you imagine this? The Pistons are an 8.5 point favorite on the road. that's a bit dicey, but all signs point to, it feels like, the Pistons a little bit. Now I will mention this: the Pistons are 3-8 against the spread as a favorite this season, and Brooklyn. This is the one area they're 17-13 against the spread as an underdog. Detroit 11-7 against the spread on the road, but again, favorite is not their best role necessarily. So what can you do with this one with the Pistons and the Nets here? Detroit has gone over in 7 of their last 10 games overall, and the Pistons have also gone over in 10 of their last 11 games on the road, if you know what I mean. So also, this series is a dead solid over. 9 of the last 10 meetings between these two teams have gone over. Now, Brooklyn has won 8 of the last 10 games at home against Detroit, but we know the Nets are struggling, and Detroit not only a 4-game winning streak, but they've also won 7 of their last 8 games overall. AOD. Let's go to the chat, see what you guys have in this one with the Pistons taking on the Nets here at the Barclays Center tonight.
Steam playing.
Want to say hello to Jake Dye in the chat there. Hello, Jake. Good morning. Thomas will take Brooklyn. He says, too many points now. It's getting away here. You can't do it with the Pistons. There's Cash Kane. There he is. AOD. As long as it's taken, I don't want to say it's taken too long or anything, but we have seen, we've got him here finally, right? This is what we've been waiting for. We bet on Cade Cunningham every day or whatever's going on, but this is really what we've been waiting for with Detroit right now, even with Ivy out of the lineup. Here's Robert on the under. And let's see here. Cash Kane says the Nets' pace is too slow and the Pistons will run circles around them here, right? So Elliot says, look, they haven't gotten the 213 in the last 9 Pistons games on the road. And wait, the 213 line has been covered by the Pistons. Okay, over all day and the Pistons. Okay, I got you there. So what it is, Pistons, right? So you look at it, right? The Nets have always, not always, but look, they're 8-2 straight up at home against Detroit. But Detroit has now covered 4 straight against Brooklyn. And, we know that maybe older Brooklyn was a little bit better than, Brooklyn right now. And these two teams meet, 4 times a year. So let's see here. That might be it from you guys there in this one. All right, I'll lay it with Detroit here in this one. They're obviously the much better team right now. And I've given up on the Brooklyn. I'm tired of I think I've given all my Brooklyn money back. So let me take Detroit here, even as a big road favorite in this one. Okay, Blazers and Pelicans here now. We talked about it a little bit on the show with New Orleans. Yeah, they lost the game, but like I said, I'm going to give right now, if I had to score Zion after one game, I'd give him a passing grade for sure in that game yesterday, even though they lost that game. You got New Orleans favored by 2.5 in the total here, 225.5 or so. So if anything, there's actually been maybe a little bit of move here on the Blazers. It's down to 2 or so right now, and the total here is down about 1.5. I'm going to call it 225 right now in this one here in New Orleans with the Trailblazers coming in here. New Orleans has lost 8 straight games when playing on a back-to-back right now. Portland has covered the spread in 4 straight meetings between these two teams. These two teams have gone under in 11 of their last 14 meetings. Coming into this one, you've got Portland here, like I said, they've covered 4 out of the last 5 here against them. I think Portland's been the better cover for the most part this season, right? They're 18-14 as an underdog here. New Orleans 3-5 as a favorite and just 14-23 against the spread. Now, could the addition of Zion here, start to give him a little bit of turnaround. If he plays like he did yesterday, he would. But you still got Ingram out. Murphy is questionable. Matkovich is questionable as well for the Blazers here. You got Klingon. He might be missing this game. And Avija is questionable as well. Jeremy Grant definitely is out of this one for Portland. So let's see what you have here in this one. Portland on the road against the Pelicans here. And I'm going to go to the chat, see what you guys have to say at 8 Eastern and 4 Pacific in this one. Going to start it off here with Thomas on New Orleans here. Robert's on the Blazers here. Let's see here. Blazers struggling on the road here right now. Blazers have lost 9 of their last 10 on the road. Is that right? Let me see this one here. They beat Milwaukee. They lost to Detroit, beat Milwaukee. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, they're struggling on the road for sure. And they're just 4-15 overall on the road. I mean, we know what we get here. Just that they're playing, been playing. Everybody's better than the Blazers, I guess. Here's Elliot on the under. Thank you, Elliot. You're always on top of it with that here. But I'm going to take the Blazers, actually. I'm going to take them here to win this game, probably even on the money line. But I'll grab a couple of points here just to make the best bet possible with you guys. And that total moving down here, despite the widely reported steam coming in on the over in this game. But we're down to 225 here after it was 227. I'm showing some square books offshore here, even down to 224 in this one. So I don't know. I'm going to take Portland, though, as my play. And it looks like you guys aren't too hot on this game here. I see one piece of news. It did go down yesterday, but Justin Verlander signs with the Giants there for a year. See it on the sports line here, but I know it was yesterday they announced that. Okay, one more in the NBA here right now with the Clippers, and they're going to be taking on here the Nuggets here in this one with we got one more game after it, actually. Here, Clippers taking on the Nuggets here, favored on the road by 2.5, and the total 227. Well, we've made a small fortune, I think, betting on these Clippers unders. It feels like every game right now. And I don't know, could we do it again here? It does feel like we might be running out of juice a little bit, but maybe, just maybe, we're ready to go one more time here with the Clippers totals under, right? They're 5-12 to the under on the road so far. Now, they are playing Denver team that is an over team for sure. 7-3 to the over as a dog. The line certainly indicates here that right now, Jokic, we already know he missed the game yesterday, left the arena early, and you see that line at 2.5 favored by the Clippers. That seemed to me to indicate that Jokic will not play tonight again. So we'll see. This is probably going to be a situation where many of you are going to just want to wait and see who is and who isn't playing. So maybe I'll just have to lay it here on the show because I'm going to take the Clippers. And, I would guess that you probably should wait on this one because if Jokic is in there and they move to a favorite, I'm still probably going to want the Clippers in this game just because of the role here a little bit. Look, I've been, on the Clippers here a little bit this season for sure. It's been good times, right? It's been good money. It feels like betting the Clippers. They're 10-3 as a favorite this year. That's their best roll, but they're also 10-8 on the road against the spread, 22-14 overall. Denver is 6-4 against the spread as an underdog, but just 15-19 overall. So I'm going to take the Clippers here in this one against the Nuggets today. I'll go to the chat and see what you guys have here. Maybe Denver has won 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams. at home. Denver has also covered the spread in 6 straight when they're on a back-to-back. But again, with this, injury situation here, like I said, we've made most of our money betting the Clippers under, not so much the Clippers maybe, but Clippers have gone under in 9 of their last 10. Is that right, Elliot? I think so. Here, yeah, 9 of their last 10 overall. Also, 9 of their last 10 games on the road. 9 of their last 10 on the road for sure. Clippers have gone under in 9 of their last 10 on the road. So let's see what you have here. Even though the Nuggets have won these games, the Clippers usually cover because they're an underdog, but they're not an underdog here. So 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. So let's see what you have here in this one and Thomas says they might go in there and get a game here. Cash says even without Jokic, he wants the Nuggets. And Elliot says he'll take the Clippers to grind this one out maybe a little bit. And Robert says, you got to go under again. Come on. Here it's down to 2. I have it at 226.5. It was 228. It actually opened, well, I think we'd just say it's 226.5. I guess some places opened it a notch higher, some maybe a notch lower here. Look at this. I mean, look at this scene. I'm looking at some live coverage of that fire. These people just had to park their cars, and then when the fire department came in, they kind of had to shove the cars out of the way, and they're all kind of like, mashed up against one another a little bit. They'll all need a little bit of repair, but the fire department had to come through. People just evacuated their cars as the flames jumped over them. Man, wow. See it there in the reflection a little bit. Okay, here Elliot says on the road. Okay, I think we got them all there. I'll take the Clippers here in this one, and one more here to get going. It's the Spurs and the Bucks. Hey, how about it here with the Bucks are going to be favoring this one minus. Let's see here. Is it 5 here right now? 5.5 and 225. Wow, this one's gone up here big time on some widely reported steam. Gone up here as many as 3 points here in this one with the Spurs taking on the Bucks here right now. The Spurs have covered 10 of the last 12 meetings between these two teams at 6-year sample size between these two. Milwaukee's won 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams at home. The Bucks have gone under in 4 of their last 5 at home. San Antonio's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games, but that hasn't stopped the total from rising here as many as 5 points. Now, this one's going to be pretty popular with handicappers, professional handicappers here today on the Spurs, it feels like today. And I don't know if I can necessarily go against them here, even with Milwaukee's season favoritism over them. We know the Bucks are flaky. We know the Spurs are trying hard out there and getting a lot of money, it feels like. Kind of want to use this one as a premium, but I'm going to have to figure out the total here again. I still might like this total. So give me the Spurs in this one for sure, plus the points. And let's go to the chat and see what you guys have in the final game of the night here in the NBA. And yeah, right, Thomas? It definitely is a rough scene. Could you imagine you're in your car, you're trying to escape. They obviously were in a little bit of a mini traffic jam on a 2-lane road coming out of the suburb of, and here comes the flames with wind whipping 50 to 60 miles an hour that they have to get out of their cars to avoid, getting engulfed in flames, and they just have to leave their cars. Now, the cars end up not getting damaged for the most part, but then the fire department has to come through, and the only way they can come through is to, push the cars aside. What happened? How did they do that? I don't know, but all right. What has Jermaine got here? Oh, he's given us first quarter records. Thank you, I think that's what that is. Thank you. And Elliot says the Bucks, he's got them as more consistent than the Spurs. To me, it seems like the Bucks, I'm not banging on Elliott. I mean, he does a great job for us in the chat. I think the Bucks are totally inconsistent here right now. They beat the Raptors. They won and covered as a favorite. They lost to Portland as a 12-point favorite. They lost to Brooklyn as a 12.5-point favorite. They beat Indy as a 2-point favorite. Then they lost to the Bulls as a favorite. Here's a Cash Cane on the Spurs. Now here's the cars on fire, man. Okay. Jermaine says Spurs 7-2-1 in the first quarter. In the last 10, Robert likes Spurs and under. Elliott's on the under. Thomas is on the Spurs. How about it? All right, give me the Spurs here as well, and that's a look at the NBA for Wednesday. All right, there's 4 games on the ice tonight. Let's get it here. I'm feeling good about the NHL here right now, and man, what a season it's been, right? And it's just like so on edge. And look, I don't mean to be putting you through any I don't know about me, anybody who's been in the NHL, right? It's always just a nail biter coming down to these games. They're all going to overtime, it feels like right now, and you just be on the right side. Maybe they shouldn't be bet. Maybe these games shouldn't be bet. You should ride it out. But, I'm still going to look at the prices here. And, hey, if we're on the right side, we'll take it. But, man, these games are tough. You hate to give out the plays and it's overtime, because the variance there. And you guys do a good job singling out the 1-point spread, go to a -1 or take them in regulation. And I just stick to the general side and total, but please do what you need to do as well. I just try to give out that basic generic play. Man, I can't get over these scenes. I should just turn this shit off right now. It's so scary right now. These are live scenes here. You can see in the reflection, just live scenes of these neighborhoods on fire, cars just charred here, and hopefully everyone's homes just on fire here while the lady's walking down the street. All right, let's go with the NHL here tonight. Take a look at the games with the Canucks taking on the Capitals. I'll fire up the goalie computer here to see who we got in these right now. So you got the Capitals, $1.75 here at home against the Canucks. We know the Canucks have been terrific on the road this season. That's been their forte a little bit. Now they definitely come back to the pack a little bit, I'd say, here at this point. But I don't know, they're still highly profitable on the road so far this season. Washington here, they've let me see here.
System playing.
Maybe I wasn't quite ready to go. I'm watching too much fire coverage here. And the winds are supposed to die down, and that'll still going to put fires out, but that will dramatically change this situation for sure. But until the wind dies down, this is going to keep going. All right. Washington here has gone, let's see. They've Washington has covered the puck line in 5 of the 5 straight games against the Canucks overall. Washington been playing pretty well here, definitely at home of late. They've covered the puck line in 5 of their last 6 games overall right now. The total's gone over in 5 of Vancouver's last 7 games coming in to this one. Washington comes in 26-10. Vancouver, respectable, 18-12-9. They're one of those teams that always goes to overtime, it feels like right now, but Vancouver's lost 2 straight. They're coming in here off of losses to Montreal and to Nashville. For Washington, they're coming in off of a loss at Buffalo 4-3. And let's see what you guys have here in this one. We go to the ice with Vancouver and Washington. I'm showing $1.75 right now. Maybe a little bit higher, and the total maybe 6 under 20, maybe 5.5 under 25. I'm showing kind of books kind of split right now where it stands. So let's see what you got here. And I'm probably just going to end up laying it with Washington. It's a steep price, but go ahead, chat. Let me see what you guys, if you can figure this one out a little bit. All right, Timmy was talking about. I hope I didn't miss too much in that game with you guys in San Antonio and Washington, but there or Milwaukee, but there's one there. Robert going under 6 in this one with Vancouver and Washington. Okay, I think if you look at overall, I don't know if there's too much discerning there. You got uh, Vancouver 6-9 to the under so far, and Philly Flyers said I think it's gonna be a favorites night in the NHL. Is that what it is? All right. Want to congratulate Elliot here um, for his on his new job. Man, you know what? I want to say it like this, but hey, we've had Nunya, we've got Elliot. If you're applying for a job, please come to the Sports Money Network and Morning Steam Show. It's good luck, and you'll get the job. Congratulations, Elliot. And okay, so you get to continue your retirement. What an interesting thing there, but great job, Elliot. So happy and proud of you. All right, Philly Eagle Flyer ready to go here. Caps, money line, and puck line. Team total over, and Thomas on the over here as well. And Jimmy Two Shoes got a prop here for us. And Curtis, nice to have Curtis on his other channel. Thank you, Curtis. He's on the over here in this one. I think Cash Kane on the over here as well. A lot of over support here so far. All right. I kind of was thinking I'm taking Washington, laying the big price here tonight. No wonder I'm winning all the hockey games when you're laying $1.75 here. And let me see. Is it mostly $1.75 or so? Yeah, it's even higher at a few stops. So, maybe you lay one goal here or something. But I'm just going to take Washington here in this one. All right. Hope that's okay, everybody. I'm going to go to the next one. We've already seen the steam roll in here on the Blackhawks, so maybe it isn't quite 245 anymore. I'm showing the sharp books down here to 230 or lower here right now on a 20-cent move. So, hey, if you like discounts, your discount today is on the Avalanche. So, that's one way certainly to look at it. Even if it is a $2 price, you could have been laying more and now you're laying less if you want to here with this one with the Avalanche and the Blackhawks. Blackhawks 13-25. Colorado almost the opposite at 25-15. This is a TNT game here tonight with Colorado on the road. Blackhawks actually. Let's see here. Did they play already this year? Let me take a look at some of these trends here and see what we got in this one. Colorado comes in having won 7 of their last 8 games overall. 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under, but the Blackhawks have gone over in 5 of their last 7 games overall right now. For the Blackhawks, they come in here right now off of the loss to the Rangers 6-2 last time out. Now they did beat Montreal 4-2 back on the 3rd, but still it's been rough sledding again for the Blackhawks. I guess the Sharps though aren't afraid, and they came in taking the Blackhawks here despite the fact that Colorado comes in hot, and they've been covering some puck lines as well. Now, in addition, Colorado has gone under in 4 straight games right now, so that kind of lends to maybe even keeping the total low here possibly. But gosh, I don't know. Let's see what you guys have in this one. I almost maybe don't mind the Blackhawks here on the puck line. See what you guys have. Feels like this is what it's going to be. All right. Cash Kane on the Avalanche. Roberts on the over here. And Avs puck line for Curtis. Chicago first period for Sharon. Maybe that's one way to take him here. And Cash Kane says with Blackwood against the Blackhawks, he'll keep the puck out of the net and the Avalanche will get it done. Cash Kane, did you change your avatar, or have I just not concentrated on it before? No, maybe that is the same avatar. Okay. Let's see here. Timmy Touche. What is Cash? Oh, over there. Dana on the over here. What is Cash Kane trying to tell us? Timmy Chushu says under in the Kings, Colorado. Is that what he said? What does that mean? Okay. I'm going to take the Blackhawks here on the puck line, plus the goal and a half in the game. I'll respect the steam here a little bit tonight in this one. All right, next up. Panthers at Utah here in this one. You got the Panthers on the road favored here, $1.35, and the total 6 under minus $1.15 here in this one. Let's take a look here at the numbers a little bit with Panthers on the road against Utah Hockey Club. Florida here. Let's see. They are coming in. Slow computer here. There we go. Florida coming in with a loss at Colorado last time out. They've been involved in some close games. Maybe they're not really playing that well here, actually, for Florida, for all the successes that they've had this season. They're having a little bit of struggles here right now, but still 18-13 as a favorite in Utah, just 8-15 straight up as an underdog overall. So I don't know, maybe a decent price here. After all, with these two teams coming in here, let's take a look at some of these trends here, see if they can make heads or tails of this one. With Utah at home, Florida's gone under in 7 of their last 8 games overall. They've also covered 6 of the last 7 puck lines when facing this franchise over the last few seasons here. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams, when Florida is the visiting team, has gone under. Maybe it's a little bit different for you that, the game's mostly in Arizona here, certainly before this, but nonetheless, you got Utah here coming in off of a loss to Dallas. They did get the puck line, though, in that one, and a 3-2 loss here, but they've been off here 3 days coming here into this one. So I'll go to the chat here right now and see what you have with Florida taking on Utah tonight here. I think, let me see here. The teams met. No, they haven't met this season. Florida did win the 2 meetings last year. They won the meeting at Arizona 4-1. So let's see what you have in this one. Bobrovsky and Bejmilka here. Oh, let me look at the goalies too and see if anything has happened here with the morning skate. Logan Thompson is confirmed here for Washington. We had that one. For the Avalanche, they are going to end up here with, maybe somebody mentioned that in the chat, actually, and I missed it, that Trent Miner will make his first NHL start today for Colorado. So that's obviously what the steam came in on the Blackhawks. Apologize for that if someone did mention it in the chat, and surely that's the move here. But he has made an appearance, I believe, already this season. But with Wedgwood out, you'll have Miner here right now coming in, the former 7th round pick. He has been playing so far in the AHL. Let's see here. 2.47 goals against, 90.5% save percentage, 8-5-3 record in the AHL so far. So, all right, appreciate that. Someone did, I thought, mention it in the chat and said he did look good in his one appearance so far. Did, I believe, allowed a goal and ended up with a 92% save percentage in that first game. So, anyways, that is the starting goaltending situation there. Here we got Vejmelka in the game for Utah for sure here at night. Utah coming in just 1-5-1 in their last 7 games overall, and they'll go with Vejmelka here again tonight. 9-10-3 with a 2.45 goals against average. Go to the chat, see what you have here with the Panthers and Utah. All right. With Philly Eagle Flyers says, give me the Panthers. Money line, puck line, team total over Florida here for Florida under here for Curtis. And Elliot says, the Bulls game's gone from 239 to 242. Would you still go under? Yes. In fact, I may even consider increasing my stake by maybe a quarter of a unit with that type of move. I believe that I always will know better than the move, and I'm not ever swayed by. I mean, I am swayed certainly, but I mean, I'm not going to be swayed enough. I'm more certain and determined. So if it moves against me, I will analyze the move. But at this point, I would prefer to either stay with it or even slightly increase the stake. Sir Mackey Bulls money line here. I don't maybe meant Blackhawks. Hockey Club here for Robert. Sharon likes Utah first period. JW on Utah. Robert liking the under. Good morning to Nunya. All right. Jermaine says he was been the 7th round. This guy's no good. That Fernando on the Panthers here. I'm glad Nunya is working out for that job. Nunya's not the only one with a new job around here, right? I want to say hello and welcome to Ruthless Tribe today. Appreciate you in the chat there. Ruthless Tribe going Utah first quarter under. And Bird Talk. I wonder, red, white, and blue, Bird Talk. I don't know what that might be, but I like that. Also, Ruthless says Utah first quarter. All right. I think that's going to do it from you guys. I think I covered them all in the chat here in this one. And I'm going to take the Utah Hockey Club. I was going to use Utah as a premium, but I'm not sure about the total yet. I'm probably going to be under, but give me Hockey Club here. I'm going to be official still, even though Mike knows. I thought the Yeti would be the winning team name, but I don't know if it will be now. Maybe they'll stick with Hockey Club. This is the TNT game tonight, so I'll take Utah Hockey Club. Last here in the NHL, we've got the Flames taking on my Kings. Look, I think I've already given the hockey segment, I believe, is just ended because I've already said I'm on the Kings tonight. Winners of 4 in a row here right now, and they're covering some puck lines for sure. Calgary's dropped the puck line in 8 straight meetings at LA right now. LA's won 9 straight at home. Calgary's gone under in 10 straight Pacific Division games. Look, I'm not so much like when they say like, oh, Calgary's gone under against the Atlantic Division. I don't know. I mean, I'll look to see what they're doing on the road against the Atlantic, but I'm not going to necessarily include the home games against the Atlantic Division. So sometimes I wipe that type of trend out. I know some people just broad brush a trend, but I mean, I'll really try to determine if a trend is a reasonable trend. And when you're a team like Calgary and you've gone under in 10 straight division games, I think there is something to that for sure. Calgary's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games. 6 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but I'm going to take the Kings here tonight. I mean, these are 2 under teams, let's face it, here so far. You got Kings 13-22 to the under, 6-14 to the under as a favorite. And we mentioned all those Flames games under here. Again, I think you know where I'm headed with this one, probably in a premium land tonight, even at 5.5. and maybe the Kings win in 3-1, 4-1, 4-2. I guess is a loser, but nonetheless, we'll take the Kings on the puck line here in this one. That is it for the NHL tonight. All right, got a lot of basketball here. I've decided to go with today. Thought I'd get just out of here, but that didn't work. So we'll try to go fast again, like we usually do here. God, look at that. Oh my goodness. That's inside of a house. No, that's a video, but still, you'd be in your house stuck like that and the flames just going over your. How could you even stay in your home like that? I'm sorry, you guys. I don't mean to bring it down. I don't know why I know why I'm watching it, but that's crazy. Why didn't you leave? All right. Thank you, Timmy, for that prop as well. Robert said he liked the under as well. Billy Eagle Flyer said full game draw. Sprinkle the full game draw there, I think. Jermaine said that looks like a heavy price. Sharon liked the Kings first period. Jermaine said, Kings, what's the price? Right? I thought that's the one thing I like about it too, right, Robert? Is Utah Yeti, yet you have the spelling with a Y. So I really do like it, but I think let's go to hockey, to the basketball tonight and get started here. I think I picked like 12 games, so we'll see if we can get through them all. We got lots of details and data here for the matchups a little bit. Oh, by the way, last night, so I don't, we're not going to cover the beginning of the show when we lost, but we'll tell some of the plays here right now from yesterday, included St. John's and Xavier game to go under here on the show yesterday. Was a winner for us. We did have Eastern Michigan and Toledo premium pick winner on the over. Also, we did have the Florida Gators as our premium pick winner yesterday in that game against Tennessee. We also had the Georgia Bulldogs over Kentucky. So we won a few games in the SEC. We had some losses too. We did have a shout out to Team Steam Consensus. You guys had Louisville over Clemson. Great job yesterday. Put me on that game for sure. I was undecided. And when it came down to it, I looked at it, I said, you know what, Louisville does pretty well against Clemson. Consensus was on it, and I ended up taking it for sure. Shout out Mikey Money with Syracuse on pre-gaming last night. He had Syracuse over Georgia Tech yesterday. Also, consensus play. I agreed with you guys, and we had Iowa to beat Nebraska, and they did certainly yesterday. Great job, Team Steam Consensus. Also, we had a winner here on the show yesterday with the Georgetown Hoyas. It wasn't easy. They did get the money, though. They're getting those double digits. I think they lost by 9 or 10, but Georgetown did get the money. They were in it all the way against Marquette. They were, overwhelmed, overpowered by Marquette in the end, no doubt about it, but they got the money. And also, we had the premium pick winner in that game on the under. So did Mikey Money on the pre-gaming show. Also, Colorado State, easy winner premium pick over Fresno State. And also winner here on the show, Mississippi State and Vanderbilt under. We also had North Carolina to rock SMU, and they sure did yesterday. Also, Michigan and UCLA game total over in that one. UCLA did end up getting crushed yesterday. Like I said, here's what I was mad about, right? I talked about the Pac-12 teams not faring well, and I still went with them, and Michigan stuffed them, and you heard the comments following the game from the UCLA coach. So he was pretty upset yesterday. And how about it? We did have the winner here on the show, Morgan State over NC Central in double overtime, but I think it was still a little bit in the red there for sure yesterday. Steam coming in right now. We're going to preview this game momentarily, but I just want to mention it. In fact, this might be the coverage of this game here. George Washington and Rhode Island. Steam to the over. That is my pick here on the show. It was 151, but it's going to be up to 152 or higher here. Nate, you there? George Washington and Rhode Island taking steam here to the over. Rhode Island does go over in these conference home games, it feels like right now. And even though that series is an under series, I think we're seeing a few overs here with George Washington and Rhode Island. So I was going to go over as my pick. And now that it's being steamed, I'll give it out right now. And maybe we'll just touch on it here. But let's get to the rest of the games. Oh, man, you guys got comments here rolling in right now already. Thank you. Here we got Chosen One on Drake in that matchup with Bradley. I think that is a look, I'm no dummy. I've got this one previewed for sure. Drake and Bradley here today. Cash Kane likes Villanova in this one. I'm already on the plays with you guys a little bit. I did strike out with that Xavier game though yesterday on the side. Yeah, Jermaine, I think the lowest we're going here today, I believe, is the Horizon League. Cash Kane says, UConn definitely got injuries here. I'll tell you who does. I'll tell you one UConn that's got injuries, right? I think if you guys are, hey, let me know if you guys. I'll start covering top 20, top 25 women's action here if you want. A lot of times we don't get the spreads though this early, so might be tough. But I think other than the fact that Liam McNeely is out for Connecticut, Paige Buchers is out for the Connecticut women. So I hope looks like she'll be okay. But South Carolina lost one of their big stars last night, one of their best players, torn knee ligament. So bummer for South Carolina. They're one of their best players from last year, and this year lost for the season there for South Carolina. So I don't know. It feels like to me for Villanova has just as many injuries, but we'll see who is in and out. You got Malcolm Thomas questionable, and Gabila Guloff is also questionable for this game for Villanova. So go ahead if you guys want to already start commenting here on this one. I'll get the trends out a little bit here, and we'll just get rolling here. And let's see here. Nuki had the Johnnies yesterday, right? Chosen One's on Arkansas today. Curtis is on Villanova in this one. Sir Mackey's here. Good morning. And let's see what else here. Getting some comments. Jermaine talking. Here's JW on Villanova. Barry Roselle. Good morning, sir. Thank you. Over here for Jermaine. And wow, we're getting our first soccer comment here today. I think the one thing we got today, one more, we're going to get ready for some better games. We do have Spanish Cup today with Barcelona at Bilbao. Also, England Cup today, Liverpool and Tottenham. Good game yesterday, wasn't it? All right, here. Let's see here. Robert with Villanova and the under. I'm going to take Villanova as my play here on the show. I'd actually like to use them as a premium, but we'll see if I can play this one as a total. But I just feel like Nova is the better spot here. Yeah, Connecticut's still great. I know that, if anything, I've kind of led the charge a little bit, keeping Villanova. I'm sorry. With still backing Connecticut after the disastrous start to the season. It paid off, I think, for sure, as Connecticut's kind of come back to the pack here a little bit, it seems, to start getting the money. Look, Connecticut, this is only, they're actually an underdog here right now. Let me see. Is it, maybe it's a pick 'em, huh? No, Villanova is a 1-point favorite here right now. I have them as a Connecticut favorite, but this has changed for sure. So I'll just flip it. It's only a 2-point move, basically flipping favorites, but got to be fair, got to be right in this one. And the total here is down to 145.5. But give me Villanova here on the show. Hey, I'd like to use them as a premium and say, look at me. But I think they're actually pretty popular here, it feels like.
Steam playing.
in this matchup today. And the other thing is that Villanova on a little bit of a roll here as well right now. They're 8-2 in their last 10 games overall. So give me the Cats here in this one over the Huskies tonight. I'll take Villanova here in this one. All right, chosen one on Villanova as well. I want to say hello to Stir and Company here today. He's asking about the big game there tonight, what Ramon did. I did go over in that game. I think Stir and Company, just to be clear, the chat consensus is on the under in Oklahoma City and Cleveland, and I'm on the over. And I think one other person was over with me, but everybody else went with the under there. Thomas says we have another consensus. Is it going to be Villanova here, Thomas? Could it be? Yep, there it is. Villanova's a consensus play. Okay. Well, I'll just roll with it with you guys here. I'm not going to pivot yet because I might need to use that total. Look at the total in this game, right? You have Villanova 9-1-1 to the total over as a favorite. Connecticut's gone over in 8 of their last 10 games overall. Now, I will say this, now that Connecticut is an underdog, they are 0-2 to the under as an underdog. And 6 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. So, might be tough to say you want to go over here. I might be using this as a premium. It might take a little bit of a move, if you know what I mean. But I'll just take Villanova here with you guys. Okay, here we go. This is a Jermaine special here. I don't think we're not calling these schools small on the horizon necessarily. The mid majors though. We're just probably not going to hit. I think we've hit enough steam on that extra board at least to give us some great coverage. So let's get into a good one though here in the horizon. I feel like these two teams are going to be battling it out here in the horizon. They're going to be involved. They're going to be in the mix for sure this season. I know I've got Northern Kentucky here just 9-7. Youngstown currently at 10-6, but you look at the horizon standings right now and you've got some action going on, it feels like here at this point. See what those standings actually look like. I know everybody's like 5-1 pretty much. Here we go. I want to look at it actually. Youngstown 5-1, Milwaukee 4-1, Northern Kentucky 4-1, Cleveland State 4-1, and Fort Wayne 4-2. Fort Wayne's playing Milwaukee. I don't even think I have that one previewed, but good action in the horizon today for sure. So with Northern Kentucky and Youngstown, I've already given out my play right on this game. I said I like the under here. The steam came in on the over just a little while ago. I'm already committed, I feel like, to the under. I'm not going to be swayed by any steam, I don't think, right now. I'm going to take a look at the market action, but to me, I still want to be on the under here in this game, and I am going to go with the under. Look, these two teams, when they've met, it's definitely an under series between these two. In fact, it's been 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under. The two teams have combined to go 8-22 to the under so far this season. Youngstown is 1-8 to the under as a favorite. I know that Northern Kentucky, look, they have some conference games on the road. It's one of those, I don't want to say it's a Mikey special, but Northern Kentucky does have some high-scoring results in this role over the last couple of seasons anyway. See if I can't dial it up here, but if I can, I'll just take the under. There's some steam coming in anyways I want to talk about here, but I'll just roll here with the under in this one between Northern Kentucky and Youngstown. I guess I'm not going to sweat it here at this point. Let me at least get over to the steam that just came in. But go ahead, you guys, if you want to comment here with me, tag along. I think I gave a lot of trends there, it felt like, to this under in this matchup. So Youngstown State here, let me see what it is. Maybe this is what they saw. You look at Youngstown, They scored 81 at Fort Wayne, but they lost. Scored 77. That one still stayed under against IU Indianapolis in a win and cover. The game against Detroit, that was 137. That was still an under at home. So, all right, let me get to this other steam here. I'm taking the under with Northern Kentucky and Youngstown. Here, let's see what you got. Irish King, hello today. Nice to have you here. I was bragging about my 5-2 day in the NHL. He went 8-1 in the NHL. Thomas is taking Youngstown here in this one, laying a small number. Cash Kane is on Youngstown here. Chosen One is on Youngstown here. Chosen One saying, look, Northern Kentucky definitely having some issues here. They 0-6 on the road against the spread so far. So, hot damn, we got some steam coming in. Let me go to it. I know that Thomas is probably going to be putting us in a consensus play here on Youngstown, man. Although a little bit of a lean there. Jermaine's on the under, actually. So is Robert, but he leans Youngstown. Twisted, hello. He's got his college plays, so check it out. And then I'll roll off this steam before we keep on trucking here with a few more games. All right, there it is. Says reading his mind here in this one. Oh, is it over, though, or is it? No, it's not over, right? It's Youngstown, right? Or he said move over. I think he's saying, I don't think he's saying the move is over. I think he's saying move over, Ramon. We're going on Youngstown, on the Penguins, right? Let me know if I'm wrong on that. Let me keep rolling, though. We got a bunch of steam, and then we'll come back to see what Thomas has to say about that. Murray State and Northern Iowa. We've got steam here coming in right now on the over between these two. This one was 138. We're up to 139 right now. Steam coming in on the over here with Murray State and Youngstown. Just moments ago also. Steam coming in here, USC and Indiana. Let me just tell you right now, the steam is coming in on the under in USC and Indiana. It was 150 down to 149. That is going to be my play. I've already got it down here as my play here on the show, so I'll just say it right now. We'll flash up the graphic here in a few minutes, but USC and Indiana was going to be my play on the under in that one. Steam came in just moments ago. Also, steam came in here on the game between Western Carolina and Wofford, the Catamounts and the Terriers. Steam here to the under 144 in this one. We're seeing the steam was 145. We're down to 144 here. The steam also came in on Western Carolina in that game. So steam on Western Carolina and the under in that one just seconds ago. Coastal in some steam here against Appalachian State. Steam to the under here in the game between Coastal Carolina and Appalachian State. It was 128, but it's down to 127 here right now. Yeah, we've seen a couple of unders here, I think, between these two teams, by these two teams so far this season. A little bit of concern because Coastal, a lot of times Coastal in these conference road games are definitely go pretty much over this number, but Appalachian State is a team, I believe, that's had the unders this season. Most of those Coastal games, though, are usually 130 points or more. I got to be honest with you, but the steam came in on the under with Coastal and App State. Again, a lot of those are last season, but I don't mind, carrying over with programs, certainly. So, okay, I think I got one more here real quick, and we'll keep on keeping on right now. Nope, that's it. Let's go. Let's keep going with these college games. We've already kind of talked about 3 or 4 of them, it feels like. So, okay, Youngstown was the consensus there. So, I'm on it with you. Hello to Super True there, Arkansas. What's that saying? Arkansas, Northern. I'll come back to that. see what he's saying there. Here we go. Hey, look, George Washington and Rhode Island. Talked about the steam that came in on Rhode Island, right? I like the over in this game between G-Dub and Rhode Island. Now, the series history between these two definitely points to the under. I'm pretty sure. Let me check out the numbers here a little bit, but definitely 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams have gone under. G-Dub has covered 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Rhode Island's pretty hot right now with a winning streak here at home. They did get steamed from 5.5 to 6.5. Let me get the line straight here on the screen. Right now, as things are starting to blow up again here with some line moves right now. Here, let me get this one out of the way, though, with Rhode Island here. Rhodey at currently 7 now and 153. You guys probably were telling me what it was, and I couldn't even find it with all the great games today. But 7 and 153 in this one. I guess I'm on the over here. Are going up, going up. That is one where, yeah, Ramon, were you going to go over? Well, I am, and I'm going to go over here on the show. All right. Let's see here. Maybe a couple comments from you guys. Oh, he likes Arkansas and Iowa. Got it. Thank you, Sue. I get it now. Thank you, Thomas. Rhode Island and under there for Elliot. All right. Going against me on that one, Elliot. No. Keep it going here, right? Oh, GW. There's an over with Jake. And there's Rhode Island and over for Robert. All right. Good job, you guys. A couple more here. We just talked about it seconds ago. USC and Indiana. I guess I'm on the under here in this one with USC and Indiana. Don't have to go too much into it now here at this point. It feels like that I've already kind of talked about the widely reported steam that came in on here. I was already going to go under in this one between USC and Indiana, the classic Big Ten matchup here. Look, I'm scared, right? USC, UCLA, it's not working out here at this point. Indiana's 12-3. USC is 9-5 here in this one. So let me just take the total here and kind of bide my time a little bit and see if these Pac-12 teams can ever find anything right now here in the Big Ten in basketball. We already know what happened in football, and now it feels like it's starting to happen again. I had hopes for this situation, but it hasn't looked good. So we'll see in this one. But look, USC 1-4 against the spread as an underdog. Indiana 7-5 against the spread as a favorite. But I'm on the under here in this one. All right, let's see here. Robert's on the under here. Curtis likes Indiana Super True. Thinks it is a great card here today. All right, Thomas. Oh boy. We'll see. Look, you have Claude here. I mean, he's averaging 15 points a game for SC as the leading scorer right now. So Thomas is doing a pretty good job as well for SC. But I don't know. Even though, Indiana's scoring is pretty balanced for sure. Here's an under from Dana Delp. All right. I've got another move here coming in right now, and I just want to pass this one along. I have it in the preview, but this is where the steam is coming in right now, so I don't want to waste any time. St. Bonaventure and St. Louis. We are seeing steam here to the over in this one with Bonaventure and St. Louis. How about that? These two teams have been solid unders, it feels like, so far this season, right? Bonaventure and St. Louis, but steam is coming into the over here in this one. My play is actually on the side in that game. I'll get to that in just a few minutes. But right now, steam to the over, Bonaventure and St. Louis. It was 139.5, but right now it's up to 140.5 and rising here with Bonaventure and St. Louis. It's not even part of the preview yet, I guess, but here's Super True Story. Likes St. Louis. And let's see here. East Carolina for Elliott as his big play here today. He likes East Carolina in their matchup against Temple. And Temple actually has done pretty well in that series. It's usually a Temple kind of series, but they definitely go under quite a bit. And East Carolina, definitely in conference play, we do see this scores usually under or closer to 140 or lower than it is 146. Super True went St. Louis. Cash Kane went St. Louis, and I haven't even got to that preview yet, but I'll fit it in here. It'll probably be just a rapid fire show at the end. We already talked about Drake and Bradley with you guys a little bit, or some of you had mentioned this game here a little bit. So let's see what you guys want to do here in this one with Drake taking on Bradley. Pretty good conference game here in the MVC for sure right now, with Bradley favored here by 2, and the total currently at 125.5. Maybe it's up to 2.5 right now. This is an awesome game here right now. Drake is 12-2. Bradley's 13-2. Drake was 12-0, remember, and they've lost to Murray and UIC here to kind of come back down to earth a little bit, but and I know Bradley, look, they're fun at home. They're great at home. I'm going to take Drake to win this game and hand Bradley a loss here at home. Drake in this series have done pretty well going up against Bradley in the past. Usually it's kind of a lower scoring game.
Play.
Okay, got some steam coming in here right now. Maybe I'll try to report on this, but let me finish up my thoughts here with Drake and Bradley. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under here. Drake is 5-1 against the spread. Last 6 meetings between these two teams. They're probably going to have to win this one outright in order to get it done. So I'll take Drake here on the road to beat Bradley here in this one. Look, Drake's beaten them. Like I said, they've been the ones getting the money. They won both meetings last year, 72-67 and 74-68. They met just once in the regular season. Drake won the tournament game, both of them by similar scores. I'm taking Drake here in this one. Last time they played at Bradley was actually, they played 3 times last year. Drake, listen to these scores. The score today is obviously going to be about 73-67 or so. Here are the 3 scores from the games last year: 74-67, 74-66, 72-67. So I think Drake's going to win by about 5 or 6 points, and the total is probably going to land about 140. That's handicapping 101. Who says you got to be sophisticated? All right, let's see if you guys have a pick here in Drake and Bradley. Hey, hello to Sub in the chat. And he says, Sub Club coming up here. He's seeing some action right now. I think he's talking some soccer action here today. Cash Kane says it's going to be an easy college battle. Good, Cash Kane. I hope I get going with you. There it is, Sub. There he's got Liverpool team total over. Let me write this down here right now. So I didn't handicap these cup games, so I'll just roll with Sub today. Liverpool team total over. He's got corners over there. He's got Liverpool money line. Okay, thank you, Sub. Appreciate you stopping in. And here is Robert McCormick, Drake and over. And hey, I'm gonna hit up Jeff. I'm gonna hit up Jeff M. I'm gonna tell Jeff M that we need a golf show here. He was talking golf the other night. I might make him do a golf show with me after we get out of Hawaii. I think though Hawaii's kind of come on. You saw last weekend. I mean, I know I lost my plays except for the one top 20 play I had on Johnny Vegas, but 35 under par. And PGA record 35 under par last week. So yeah, Kane with me thinking maybe it too much on Bradley, right? Why aren't they favored by more type of thing? But you gotta look at this season history a little bit. Subhuman says in Spain Super Cup action, he likes Bilbao here. plus 3/4 of a goal. Jermaine on Bradley here. Drake money line and over first
Final.
half for Johnny. And Jermaine says, anything over 141 in this game, I'm going under. No, I don't think he means this game. I don't think he means this game because it's 125. Okay. All right. That's going to do it for that one. Let's got a few good ones here. We got to go back to the SEC for more brutalist handicapping here with Alabama taking on South Carolina. I'm going to take the Cox here in this one, getting 10 points or so in the matchup with Alabama today. I'm seeing some movement here on the total big time right now. It's a one down to 155. We're definitely seeing a move here to the under. I don't know if it's steamy, but it's down to 155. The side here, Bovada's at 9.5. DraftKings is 10.5. Let's call it 10 right now with Alabama here on the road against South Carolina. I'm going to take the Gamecocks here in this one. This is a series history that kind of has some overs in general between these two teams, but I'm going to try to take the double digits here in a home game. Look, this SEC is tough, and you're still dealing with it. Still dealing with South Carolina team. They are 10-4. I know Alabama here, they're ranked 5th in the country right now. South Carolina was on a winning streak, and they lost their last game to Mississippi State in a blowout. On the road. They lost by 35 points. So we'll see. They get a home game here right now. They are 8-1 straight up at home, although just 1-3 straight up as an underdog right now. Alabama 12-2 overall, but just 5-7 against the spread as a favorite. South Carolina is 5-5 against the spread at home. So steam came in on the under in this game, and although I said that look, the series history definitely kind of points to the over here in this matchup with Alabama and South Carolina, but there might be reason to believe that for the steam that came in on the under here, I'm not necessarily recommending it just yet. Maybe you should try to subscribe to my plays at 50 cents a day. But 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but South Carolina usually at home, it's usually no more than 155 points. Usually, let me see here. Well, I don't have the yeah.
Steam playing.
All right, I'm taking. Let me just take South Carolina here in this one. These games don't go over 155 usually. Now I know you look at the totals this year, and look, these teams aren't necessarily going over, right? Back South Carolina is 3-7 to the under in their last 10. So, all right, let me pass along another steam move here real quick because I just gave out South Carolina here, but there is steam coming in right now in the game between Virginia Tech and Stanford. This one didn't make our preview, so let's pass along some steam here with the Hokies and the Cardinal. This one in at Stanford here, it was 144.5. We're down to 143.5 here, it looks like right now with Virginia Tech and Stanford. All right, what do we got here? A little bit of action here. Curtis says lay it with Alabama, but Robert's with me, South Carolina, and the under. Elliot's got the stats here for you in this one. Cash Kane has his top plays here today as well. And Super True says he's got South Carolina to win in this one. He likes him here. My steamometer over here, this side, this steam, got to keep multiple steam window. There's more than just this steam over here. I have steam over here as well to keep you updated on the best moves. So need to plug that one in. Cash Kane likes St. Thomas today. Go Tommies. And Maybe Thomas is saying he's betting on me. Also saying Thomas over for Super True. Elliot's going to be on Bama, though. All right, a few more here. The show's going to be over. We went 2.5 hours here today. How about Ole Miss taking on Arkansas? Here's Arkansas favored in this one, -3 here right now. Let's take a look, see if we're still on pace with this one. Arkansas, they're up to 4, and the total here has gone up here, maybe to 149 right now in the game between Ole Miss and Arkansas here in the SEC. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game, but the series history kind of trends under here. 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. 7 of the last 8 meetings, 4 out of the last 5 meetings at Arkansas have gone under, but 7 of the last 8 meetings between and 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Let me say it with the right countenance here a little bit. So take a look at this one with Mississippi and Arkansas here in this one. And look, I gotta think the Hogs are gonna rock here tonight. Give me the Hogs. I got them to drub Ole Miss here in this one. The early move from the Sharps was on Ole Miss, but it's completely flipped right now. Let me see the injury situation. This is one I'm trusting the market for me in this one. Should be, okay. Brown Jones is out here for Ole Miss tonight in this game. So give me Arkansas here to roll against Ole Miss as my play. All right, let's see what you got with Robert going here on Arkansas. Here's an over here, I think, for Elliot. Todd Clinton, hello here. He says he likes Cal. The handle Virginia tonight is his top play. He took it on Wednesday. He took it here at -3. I think we're previewing that game here. I think that's it for you guys. Fernando not going to be playing the NHL. He's tired of overtimes. He's tired of shootouts. He's tired of empty net goals. He's tired of tying the game on the pulling the goalie. He's tired of every time the team gets a. I'm just saying what I'm tired of. I'm not making fun ever of Fernando, but this is what's been going on in the NHL. It's fun. It's exciting, but it is wild, isn't it? All right. Milwaukee taking on Fort Wayne. Here's one for Jermaine for sure. We get, like I said, the Horizon League. Look, they've already played 6 games for the most part in the Horizon League. We're seeing a good competition. Here are 2 more teams that are going to be right there all season, it feels like. I don't know if I have a favorite right now in the Horizon League, but you got Wisconsin, Milwaukee taking on Fort Wayne here in this one. You got Milwaukee 11-5, Fort Wayne 11-6. We already went over the conference standings here in this one. This is a Cleveland State series for the most part. When these two teams have met, it's kind of been Cleveland State getting the best of this series, at least against the number against Bobby Morris. And also the steam came in on the over in this game. Right now, the current line stands at Robert Morris by 2, and the total's down to 139. So the steam came in on the over, but the move is on the under here. Maybe, Cleveland State in conference games, I could see why maybe the actual movement has gone to the under. I understand this. The line service sent out the steam to the over. That's okay, and I get that. But to me, Cleveland State in these games, they've mostly gone under in this scenario. So maybe I'll have to look at that one a little bit deeper again in the. Man, I don't know. I don't think it's going to make the on a board like this. You'd really just take the top of the games. You're not going to force anything here tonight. So, all right. Thought I had a good stat on this, but let me just move on here with this one with Cleveland State and Bobby Morris. I'll go to the chat here real quick. Let me see. Here it is. So far, so in these games, let me read off. Maybe I can read off some of these conference games in the horizon here for Cleveland State so far. Make sure I got this right. All right, just too many games, I guess. Here we go. All right, so Cleveland State, what's the total? 140, not Cleveland. All right, show should be over here. Milwaukee and Fort Wayne is the game we're talking about, of course. Why was I thinking of that Cleveland State Robert Morris? Oh, the steam came in on Robert Morris earlier and we talked about it. Okay, I've totally screwed this one up. So let me just give out my play and move on to the next game here with the matchup between Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and Fort Wayne. Apologies here in this one, you guys. I pretty much messed this one up. Same thing as I did the. I feel like it was last Wednesday when we had the big card, and I lost my place because there's just too many games here. Amateur hour is what it is. All right, here we go. These conference games right now, you look 158, and they rarely go this high. Fort Wayne games at home so far.
System playing.
All right, I just want this game to be over. I've got a great play here and a great trend. No wonder Mikey Money has it all perfect all the time. It feels like I'm just going to look at the scores and read them off now because I totally lost my notes. All right, Fort Wayne game so far at home. Youngstown, that was 171, but that was Youngstown, right? And we already know Youngstown. That was actually abnormal, right? Fort Wayne's played all these games on the road so far, and now they're back home. All right, under is the play for me here on the show. I have no confidence in that play. Don't tell me. Here we go. Fort Wayne for Curtis. Save me, you guys. I can't, Jermaine, I can't sway. I can't even make the play myself. Here's Chad in the chat. Chad's in the chat here today. Great to have him here right now. And let's see, the top down. Yeah, he's talking about the top down. Yeah. Let's see. It's funny that I don't know which am I, Chad? Tell me what I am. All right. Robert's going under. Good. Okay. Did you type that in, Robert, before I said it? Because, yeah. And anybody who follows Chad on, he lives the same thing with the NBA sometimes with some of these late finishes. And rolling with Chad's emotions sometimes on those posts. All right. Good. Let's get rid of that game. Let's end this show. Gosh. All right. Florida State taking on. I got a few more here, by the way. College basketball for sure. Florida State taking on Miami here in this one. Look, just going to roll with the series history. I feel like in this one, man, this is a Florida State domination in this series. Just no doubt about it. Now, is Miami ready to turn the tide here all of a sudden in this one? There doesn't seem to be anything too descript necessarily that says Miami's going to, all of a sudden turn the tables on Florida State. Florida State's dominated this series for about 6 or 7 years right now. When these two teams have met, they've won here 12 out of the last 13, I want to say. 12 of the last 13 games have been won here by Florida State. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone over here when playing at Miami. But come on, you're talking about a pick'em game here. Not only, I kind of want to use this as a premium, but I'm so on tilt now after that Milwaukee-Fort Wayne game. I'll just end up taking Florida State here, and I need a winner after that one because I'm going to have no confidence that one will hang out. But look, not only does seriously, not only does Florida State dominate this series, but if you look right now, Miami's on a losing streak, and if anything, Florida State is 8-5 against the spread. Miami's 4-10 against the spread. Miami's 2-7 against the spread as a favorite. They still are favored here by 1.5. The total 154.5. So I'm going to take Florida State here for sure in this one. This one might have some points, I think. If you look at it here so far, you got Miami 7-2 to the over as a favorite, and Florida State 3-0 to the spread as an underdog. And when you get Florida State kind of in this role in conference, Florida State, usually it goes almost to 160. It feels like in a lot of these games, even dating back to last year. So far, the game against North Carolina State went for 158. That was their other conference game on the road. So I'll take Florida State here, but I have a feeling this one's going to get possibly to 160 here tonight. Maybe this one could be a premium on the total, but I feel like Florida State should be a premium. But so many games, we'll have some premiums here for sure tonight. And let's see here. That might be Robert likes the under here in this one, however. And JW going Ole Miss there. A couple more here real quick. How about Notre Dame taking on North Carolina State here tonight? Now, Notre Dame has had the best of this series right now. Notre Dame's gone 4-1 here against the spread. Last 5 meetings against NC State. North Carolina State's pretty tough at home, no doubt about it. Especially here, just laying kind of a short number. I'm going to end up here on North Carolina State. This is an under series. 4 out of the last 5 meetings have gone under, but North Carolina State still pretty strong at home, no matter how you look at it. Still getting it done. They've won 10 of their last 12 games at home here right now, dating back to last season. They're 8-1 so far at home this season. In fact, 8-0 as a favorite. The one game that they were an underdog at home, they did end up losing, but I'm going to end up on North Carolina State here in this one. Not only that, Notre Dame so far 3-7 against the spread. Their last 10, 0-6 against the spread as an underdog here for Notre Dame. I got to take NC State. Let's see what you guys have. Notre Dame, Notre Dame, Notre Dame, Notre Dame. That sounds like a consensus play. The only guy on NC State is Ramon Scott in the chat here. It's sounds like we're going to be against each other here in this one. Robert says, that's okay, Ramon. Just take the under here. When you said 4 out of the last 5 meetings between the two have gone under. And North Carolina State also 3-7 to the under in their last 10. Thomas says, we got you, Ramon. Take Notre Dame. Don't take NC State. What are you doing? Jermaine's on Notre Dame too. How about that? And fair enough here on this one from JW for sure. They lost to Wake. They lost to UVA as a 1-point dog. They were on the road in that game, though. And Elliot says, here we go, got the news here. He says Jokic will be out of tonight's game again. So he must really have that Chinese flu. Did I say that? Elliot's with me on NC State. All right, I got someone with me here. A couple more here and the show's over. We'll do the drawing here right now. How about Colorado taking on Central Florida? We've already committed to this one, right? We saw the steam come in. I said, let's get it now. Take that under between Colorado and Central Florida. The steam also came in that one on Central Florida. Want to mention right now, here's steam coming in here in this one. Missouri, Kansas City, and Omaha. Steam to the under at 140. It is 139 now. It looks like UMKC and Omaha steam coming in on the under there. All right, I'm on the under here. We're going fast. Show's over. Colorado and Central Florida. I said take the under here in this one. All right. Elliot said take NC State and over. And Curtis likes the Knights here. Super True says the Knights will smash them here. And Thomas likes the Knights here. Jermaine says, I got to like that under on UMKC. And look at all this Central Florida action. Man, could we have an 8? Some days we have no consensus. Some days we got, well, I don't know, 8 would be a record since we've started the drawing if we're going to go that way. But you guys are loving that steam with Central Florida, it feels like, here tonight. All right. A couple more here. Central Florida has won 5 of their last 6 games at home. Here we go. Man, I got like 5 or 6 more here, but you know what? We've covered them all already pretty much, right? I'm on Bonaventure tonight against St. Louis. We didn't cover this one yet, but I'm going to take Bonaventure. Obviously, they're one of the best spread teams still in the country. And look, this one, 140, that the steam came in on the under. I'm not sure why. I feel like this is going to be a lower scoring game. 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone under, and get this, 13 of the last 14 games between these two teams have gone under. So, 5 or 6 or 7 years, it's been all unders when Bonaventure takes on St. Louis. Now, I know that we're dealing with maybe a different Bonaventure here right now, the way they're going. They've been pretty terrific here, no doubt about it, but they're still on a roll. They're still winning and covering at this point. St. Louis, though, is 3-10 to the under so far this season, 2-7 to the under as a favorite. Bonaventure 13-1 against the spread. St. Louis just 4-9 against the spread, but they're favored here. Probably favored for a reason, but I can't do it. Not yet. Not until I see some vulnerability. It feels like in Bonaventure, this is probably a trap because it's already up to 3.5 right now, and handicappers are liking St. Louis today, but I still want to go with Bonaventure. So give me the Bonnies today. I might be in the minority here. Or maybe we're just so enthralled with making all this money. Thomas said that was a consensus back there with Central Florida. All right. Jermaine says, I'll do it too. Here's Thomas on Bonaventure. Super True on St. Louis. And Jermaine says, can't get enough of these guys. But Elliot, Elliot, Curtis, I'm only giving out as I'm not going premium with it. I might go premium on the total, to be honest with you. after that other trend, right? Robert says go the other way in this one. He doesn't matter that 13 of the last 14 have gone under. He says go over. Butler and Providence here in this one. We see. Oh, let me give a little bit of steam out here real quick. We got to end this show, man. We're going to be on 3 hours here, but so much great action here. American U in Boston, steam to the over here. This one took steam at 126. Now it's going to go up to 128 here, I think, with American and Boston U. Boston U, actually, but they usually can have some pretty reasonable points here in this role at home. So look, this is not a conference game, but steam coming in on the over here in that one between American U and Boston. Also, steam came in on the under between Air Force and San Diego State. These two teams often do go under when they face one another. We already mentioned the steam came in on Air Force. I don't have this one in the preview for sure, but steam is on Air Force. Steam is on the under in that one. Also, this one, Butler and Providence, the steam came in. I think I missed it, actually. Let me look it up here. Yes, steam came in at 138, and we're seeing this one now down here right now to, want to say it is 136.5 at the sharp books right now with that steam coming in on the under. This is an under series between these two, and that's where I was going to go anyways. So give me the under here with Butler and Providence as my play here on the Morning Steam show. We're not going to go over any more stats here. Give me your plays in the chat. Super True got all day. Super True will just do a 6-hour show with you and me Fernando. Fernando, maybe we should have a show where we just talk about every game, and I'll just sit here for 8 hours. I might do that. All right. Hey, here's Steam coming in right now on the game. Guess what? You guys, maybe I got it right. Maybe the Sharps will be wrong. Milwaukee and Fort Wayne, Steam to the under, baby. I knew it. I knew it, even though I couldn't find my notes and I didn't guess. Okay. I eventually, I got the computer notes and then I put a shorthand notes. I put shorthand notes on my sheets and then I refer. You see how I do it. I got the shorthand notes here and then I go to the full notes over here. Don't have time to write out everything, okay, on all this stuff. So the Steam came in on the under. Fort Wayne, between Milwaukee and Fort Wayne. I'm glad about that. Hey, win or lose, I knew I had the right sharp side. I know who the Sharps are on. Give me the under in that one. We already said it in Milwaukee and Fort Wayne. Okay, just seconds ago, by the way. So Butler and Providence, give me the under in that one. Thank you guys here. Penn State taking on Illinois. We're almost at the end of the card here. I've got the Lions here in this one. Look, Illinois is great, but doesn't it seem like Illinois is kind of playing to the level of the competition? Now, Penn State actually might be a little bit better than people are giving them credit for, but also it does feel like Illinois is beating those teams that when they're in a close game kind of or a reasonable spread, then they blow them out. And then again, as a big favorite, not so much. Look what happened in that Indiana game. They ended up losing that game 77-71. They also didn't cover, remember, against Northwestern. They didn't cover that game against Drexel. I know that was non-conference game, but, they beat up on Penn. Give me Penn State here in this one, plus the points. This is an under series for sure when Penn State plays Illinois. In fact, you look at this series history between these two, and 10 of the last 13 meetings between these two have gone under. Penn State's gone under in 5 straight road games, but give me Penn State here for now. I'll take the Lions here. Curtis is on Penn State. All right. Texas A&M and Oklahoma. Good one here tonight. I've got the Sooners to win this one over A&M here tonight. It's Sooners are just favored here by about a point or two right now. Call it 3 here. Okay, 3. Guess I'm on the right side there, maybe. 3, and the total in this one is 146 or so, but I was ready to go with OU here in this matchup against Texas A&M here tonight. Oklahoma comes in 13-1. Texas A&M ranked 10th. They're 10-2. So you got 17th ranked Oklahoma, 3-point favorite over 10th ranked A&M, 12-2. But I don't know. For me, you got to think, is this if Oklahoma can get past this one, I think that is a good sign. Now, A&M's the better spread team for sure. They're 10-4 against the spread. Oklahoma's just 4-5 against the spread so far at home, and A&M's 2-0 as an underdog. But I'm going to take OU here in this one tonight. The steam came in on Oklahoma. That's why they're up to 3 here, and I've got them in this one. This is a series that definitely goes under. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams in Norman have gone under 4 of the last 5 meetings overall. OU's won 5 straight at home. Give me the Sooners here. Wade Taylor out here today, Morgan says, for A&M here tonight. I mean, you got a player like, Taylor here right now already out of this game. We know that is a big blow, and I'm sure that's why that steam came in. Okay, one last game. You guys already predicted it. Someone did in the chat. Who was it again? They took Cal to roll here in this one. It's up to 4.5, and the total is 131.5. You know where I'm going. If you want to be rude, whoever took Cal in the chat. I'm on the under in this one, of course. Anything with UVA. And in fact, if you guys like Cal a little bit, maybe I think that actually does favor the under here a little bit. Cal here has lost 3 straight games coming in here right now. And look, we don't need to make explanations for taking Virginia games under. It's just a matter of when you're right and when you're wrong here, I guess, at this point. It's not like the Cavaliers play every game to the under. In fact, Cal is a big time over for sure this season. They're 7-1 to the over at home so far this year. But if they end up winning this game tonight, you got to think this game is going to be 66-55 or something like that, or 66-60, maybe something like that. Do you guys agree with that? Here, Cal at home, they're an over, but it's still going to be a UVA dictated. It always is, isn't it? So, okay, that's it for the morning steam, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to me. Todd was the one that said he likes Cal tonight. So, Todd is on the record here in this one. Thomas is ready for tomorrow. Let me break this, or we talked about it yesterday. We will be here tomorrow night for, well, the gang will. I think I'll be able to make it with them as well. For Notre Dame and Penn State, we'll have live companion coverage of tomorrow's games. Thomas has got a 50 pack of games.
Steam playing.
Well, so do I, Thomas. Don't think. Hey, how about one more? Charleston Southern taking the steam here against High Point. It was 9. It's now 8 right now with Charleston Southern. I've got my sheets of plays here, my shorthand, my picks, everything you could ever want right there. Think about all the typing that I do, and I don't have many words on here. So thanks, you guys, for joining me here on the morning steam. Let's do the drawing here right now. I love you guys here. If it wasn't for this show, I would be having, I don't know, I think I've already passed the midlife crisis, but your support, everything that you guys are doing here to come in here. We got 80 of you in here right now. Don't forget UFC coverage this Saturday. We had a show here on the Sports Money Network with me and my MMA partner, VB. We got First Strike coming up tonight. The video is already loaded up for the show with me and VB. You can check it out right here on the Sports Money Network. About 45-minute show with me, VB, and Wiz Does. We previewed the main event between Rebos and Dern, the rematch of their bout back from a few years ago. They're going to be at it again here as the main event. We start with the ladies, strawweights here to get the UFC calendar going for this year, but you can check out the show with us. Also, First Strike tonight will be airing here on the Sports Money Network. So please check that out, and let's get ready for the drawing in just a moment. You can get my best plays today over at winnable.com. Use the promo code STEAM. Please get my $20 per month package. Knock off 20%. I think the subscribers know anybody that comes in there. I always look. I'm the customer service department. I see the subscriptions that come in every day. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 8, sometimes it's 1. But pretty much anybody who buys a package, I tack on. If you get a week, I make it like 10 days. If you get a month, I put like an extra week on there. If you get a quarter, I put like an extra 2 or 3 weeks on there. So just join me, $20 a month. It keeps me coming back here and doing the show every day here. So please look at it that way. This is how you support me here on the show. Yes, you're going to get some great picks from me. You're going to get my best picks every day, usually a couple dozen plays on the busy days like today. You don't have to play them all, but you're going to know what I'm on. Maybe you're looking at a game and say, hey, what is Ramon on? You look it up on your Winnable account, and you'll usually get my best plays on there. So check it out over at winnable.com. Use the promo code STEAM. And really do appreciate it, you guys. If you guys keep subscribing, I'll come back and keep doing these shows here on the Sports Money Network. We've got 50 of you in here for a drawing, and I believe, Thomas, is it a 7 or 8 teamer here today? I can't sit on this one. I'm going to have to play it in case we hit it. All right, that's fine. But got to be honest with you. The 2 and 3 teamers, I haven't been putting those into the sports book or anything. I mean, I'll cover it. We've only hit 3 so far, right? Is it 3 or is it 2? Let's go. We got 51 of you in here right now for the chat. There it is. Thomas says we've got the Bulls. We got the Bulls under. We got the Cavs under. We got Toronto. We got Villanova. We got Youngstown. We got Notre Dame. We got Central Florida. Is that
Steam playing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games? One more Steam play before we get out of here and before I press that button. Loyola, Maryland, and Army. This one's taking Steam to the under between Loyola, Maryland, and Army. Those two teams have been going over a little bit this season for sure, but here comes Steam to the under. Loyola, Maryland, and Army down here. It was 144, but it's down to 142.5 or lower here right now. Okay. All right, here we go with the drawing, you guys. Thank you, everybody. This is a TV show. This is a TV show. How many people actually have me on their? I don't want to know. I don't want you guys putting me on your, big screens at home. But if I am, let me know right now. Is anybody out there sitting there with friends and family that I can say hello to? Like when I said hello to Thomas's friends and family when he was watching with some friends. Hello to Thomas's friends and family. Here we go. Going to do the drawing right now. Fernando says, where do you get those sheets, Ramon? He liked those. Wow. Okay, there are 2 ways. There's donbest.com has these nice sheets, even though the college basketball only you got to, print them out every 3 days or so. Donbest.com, go to schedules. But there's also another great site that it's called freesportsschedules.com, and they also have UFC ones too, whereas the Don Best site does not. But they have UFC sheets like this with the lines all drawn up and everything. So it's either donbest.com. I'm not paid by them. I pay them. Don Best, you there listening to me? You're just down the street here in Vegas. Why don't you sponsor this show? I'm reading off this. Maybe they don't want me to read off the Steam, but it is a great service. Even though a lot of people criticize the Don Best service, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I love it. Keeps me updated. I love those noises and everything. You know that. And also, freesportsschedules.com does a real nice job as well. So please check that one out. That one, I've been going to that site, kind of my backup site, but because they only do like 1 or 2 days at a time. Don Best, you can print out weeks at a time. So that's how it goes. Let's do the drawing. Thank you, everybody, for the show. I'm here for all your questions and needs. I'm, pretty much into this stuff. Let's do the drawing. Here we go. Who's going to win? Chosen one, Ray, Dana Delp, Nunya, Irish, Robert, T. Moss, Nunya, Todd, Ruthless, DB Gnarly, Nunya. Nunya, it was so awesome to see you the other night on the air, and you said we're going to see more of you. You just got that great new job. I'm so happy for you, and I want you to hit this fucking 18er tonight, brother. I'm going to put it in tonight. It's probably going to be $3 or $4. How many ever hits the morning Steam has? When I go to put this in 5 minutes before whatever game it is, if it's 300 views, I'm going to put in a $3 18er. If it's 400 views, I'm going to put in a $4 18er. I know that's not a lot of money, but look, we're only getting 400 views. We want 1,000 views of this show. We want to build this channel and grow. And until then, we're going to be reasonable about it, okay? If I could put in a $50 parlay for everybody, I would every day, but that's not the way it's quite working here just yet. I'll say it like that, but I don't think Mikey Money has a problem with that or anything like that. We got so much planned for you guys. We're going to be, did you hear Mike say, your preeminent source for sports betting information? There are a lot of the big name sites out there, and then you got some others. We're going to fit in right in that middle a little bit. We're going to try to grow this thing and use our talented staff here. And, we're going to add to the staff too, but we're going to be selective, right? We want people who want to be part of this team here on the Morning Steam. Yeah, we're on some other channels and everything, but hey, we're wearing the logos here. We've got the shirts, we've got the hoodies. It's not about that, but I always say to Mike, it's a lifestyle brand. Sports, money. I couldn't think of a better name. And even before I got to know Mikey, I was like, that's a great, we already knew Mikey. I already knew Mikey appearing on the shows. And I said, what, Mikey put that great name, Sports Money? What's that all about? And then I called Mikey on that day before the football season started. I said, Mikey, these guys aren't maybe where I need to be. I need to be somewhere where I can make an impact. Over there, great site. I was charging $25, $35, $45 for my plays over there. It's good business. Those are good people. They're good handicappers. But here I can put just a tenth of that price over here, get my plays out to more people and have more of an impact with you guys. So it is the right situation for me here on the Sports Money Network. So please join us here. Join Mikey today at 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific. And also we'll have First Strike tonight. Watch my show with VB, already done in the can, 30 or 40 minutes today, previewing a few more MMA. We have Thursday night action tomorrow with that awesome game, certainly with Notre Dame and Penn State. Who's going to win that one, man? Join me tomorrow, and I'll make a prediction here, and I want to hear from you as well. That's going to do it for the Morning Steam here. Don't forget, check me out over at winnable.com. Use the promo code STEAM to get my picks here. You want more picks from me? I just gave you like 30 of them. Click the QR code in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, and that'll take you over to my Winnable page, and you can cash with me here, follow my action here every day on the Morning Steam Show for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Can't escape from the team called the Morning Steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.